created by the president.
So
WVON, celebrating 100 years of Black history by remembering 400 years of resilience.
The views expressed on our programs are not necessarily those of WVON, Midway Broadcasting Corporation, or our participating sponsors.
It's The Fundamentals with T-Dub and DJ Turbine on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, WVON.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your co-host, Ryan James. This is The Fundamentals. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for yet another episode of The Fundamentals here on Friday night. I'm feeling good. I got my Bulls jacket on, even though the Bulls are terrible, but I thought the jacket looked nice today. I hope everybody's doing well. We have a jam-packed show for you. We're going to be talking a little bit of Lakers, a little bit of football, a couple controversial topics. You know, we always got to end it the right way, the sexy way. And we're super, super excited. Thank you guys all for tuning in on Facebook Live. Also, our listening audience. DJ, can you kick that tune for me?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
Fundamentals.
These are the fundamentals.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Fundamentals.
Woo! Welcome to the Fundamentals. It's Friday night. I'm feeling right. I think Ryan already put himself out there. How you say we're gonna get later for you, for everybody?
We're just gonna get a little loose, comfortable.
Oh, that's a different description.
A little sexy, just we're just gonna ease into the night.
I was looking for sexy, but he said loose, and I was like, yo,
just a little loose.
Loose
and then easing into it.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting choice of words there, my brother.
He had a thesaurus this week, and he said these are the words I decided to use.
He listened to the Harris family diss track for 50 Cent. That's what it was.
That's been so crazy.
It has been. 50 Cent battling a family full of encyclopedias is crazy.
Oh my God, sir! Please introduce yourself.
Yeah. This your boy Uncle Daddy, Chicago favorite uncle, back in the building.
And I'm DJ Turbine, and that's gonna round out the crew for this evening. Welcome to the Fundamentals. We audio for the show, so let's just turn your camera off. If you want to get off, turn your camera off.
No, can you see me?
No, you're good. You're on the feed right now. I just pulled you off. You clicked it, I think.
Oh no, I'm good now.
Okay, cool. You good? Okay. All right, great. Sorry, guys. This is a live radio show, and
y'all see how it happens.
It happens sometimes. I was like, yo, I can't lose him. So, but we got to put him on there. His audio is very important for the broadcast. I'm just saying. Welcome, everybody, to the Fundamentals. There we go. All right, gentlemen, as we always do, how's everybody been? How you feeling?
Good week. Definitely, just counting down the days till this weather breaks. It was actually a beautiful day in Chicago today.
Fake summer day of Chicago.
We get our little pump fake and then go back to 30 degrees.
That was a great description, dude. I've never actually heard that one said before. Pump fake?
Yeah, it's a little pump fake.
Say that again.
It's a little pump fake. We fall for it every time.
A fake summer, Chicago summer.
We put the winter coats away for a little bit and, for a day. And then we go outside the next day with a hoodie on and we're like, man, it's a little brisk out here.
We know what tomorrow's going to bring. We all know.
We bring that coat back. But yeah, no, a really good week. Excited to be here. Always great to be here with the fellas.
All right, how you feeling?
Titus, where you at, brother?
Hey, call him out. Call him out right now. Call him out all you guys want. I am right there with y'all.
I thought you saw him.
No.
Titus the Friendly Ghost.
Ooh, Titus the Friendly Ghost. That's a good one. I like that one.
Man, my week it's been bittersweet, man. We came up short Wednesday in the regional semifinals.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we lost to Rich Township by 9 points. So that officially ended our season.
I'm really sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a pretty successful season over.
And you got a young squad.
And we do have a young team. We went from
It's been a hard season too.
Yeah, we were 14-18 last season, 21-9 this season.
That's a heck of a turnaround.
Yeah, every level had a winning record this season. So we looking good as far as to what's to come from the younger guys, the lower levels. Varsity was still led by our 2 sophomores, so we still got a couple of years left for sure of giving headaches. We do have a few very talented freshmen also, so we in prime position for at least the next 3 to 4 years to be competing, which is gonna be fun. But of course, you never want to see it end the way it did end, as early as it ended. But get it right into off-season mode, man. Right into AAU. It's time. We got a couple of weeks before AAU get started and get to have fun with that beast with the travel and weekends being.
That's gonna be fun for you, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, man. That's the beauty of a full-time coach. And it's crazy because I had stepped away from full-time coaching for quite a few years because I had actually said that I was done with coaching basketball.
And look at you now.
Yeah, and I got pulled back into it. And
was it the whole when I think I'm out, they pull me right back in?
Yeah, like John Wick. I keep saying
that's
I'm
a good
back.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm back. But yeah, and I mean, I had fun on the freshman level, and this was my first time on the JV level, and it was different than what I remember it being 15 years ago when I first got started with JV and varsity basketball. It was a lot more demanding. I mean, bro, we played an NBA schedule in high school.
How many games did y'all play?
We played 30.
NBA. Dang.
30 games is a lot of games in high school.
30 games is a lot in high school. We played 30 games. And on the JV level alone, we had 2 different stints where we played 5 days consecutively.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Twice in one season.
That's
A quick Facebook check in. Barbara Jean saying, "Hey y'all, what's going on, Barbara
what's
Jean?
What's up, Barbara Jean? How are you?
Appreciate you for tuning in and thanks for the comment.
As always,
just like y'all can do what Barbara Jean just did, you can go to the Facebook page. Also, we're live on the YouTube page, so the comments there will also go to the same page. Get a little shout out there. You might be on the screen right there, like Barbara Jean was. Might be. Back to what
you say. But yeah, I mean, we won holiday tournaments, which was something that we hadn't done on either level in years. So in varsity, we was able to beat Brother Rice, Joliet West, Zion Benton, Riverside Brookfield. So we beat
Zion's right. That's my neighborhood.
Yeah, we beat some big time schools, man. Some teams that
that's definitely a travel.
We didn't anticipate, or nobody anticipated us beating besides us. We knew coming into it we had a puncher's chance against anybody that we played against. We did make it.
I like that confidence.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that.
But the Bulls don't have right now.
We're gonna talk about them a little bit later. Yeah, we did make it to 23, ranked 23 in the state at one point in the season.
Good on you, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, it's just, man, now it's the waiting game for next season to roll around and get right back to it. But like I said, AAU starting up, so but I get a little bit of a breather, get a chance to
imagine
stretch my toes a little bit.
Out of all appendages, it's the toes that are cramping up.
Yeah, bro, because that, man,
dude,
doing a lot
don't
of
show the
walking.
unk side of you that bad.
Hey,
tell me your shoulder, tell me your back, your neck.
Man, hey, look, it's been fun. So
this man said his toes.
Yeah, the toes.
I can't feel my big toe.
How was your week, brother?
It's been good, man. A lot of work here. You know, I pretty much live here weekdays from Monday to Friday, about 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm always here working, doing something. But it's been not that bad. Had a couple things to do personally when it comes to here and WRL, as y'all know. Hold up, sorry.
Bless you.
Okay. Apologies. But Yeah, it's had some fun. Not as hard as Titus this week, though. I'll say that right now because he's been doing much with the remotes that we have had these last couple of days. And as much as we give Titus a hard time, I do really quick want to say, just a quick little round of applause for him. Good job, buddy. You put a lot of work in those remotes, and it sounded pretty good today and yesterday as well. So, and yeah, well deserved, bud. But other than that, it's been a good week here. A couple sports stuff that's happening that are kind of crazy. Y'all see the Olympics?
The Winter Olympics, no.
I did see that they was
what's going on with the hockey team?
Oh, I saw the hockey team won gold. Then I saw it was something that came up, but I really didn't dive that deep into it.
Oh, dude, it's crazy, man. I when these stories come up, I gotta look into it. But yeah, I've seen a couple of them, but it's pretty crazy. We'll see. If we have time to talk about those things. But man, that was a story I was just like, okay, interesting story, interesting there. But all right, let's get to the first one, guys. So hold on, we got another one here. Yeah, Barbara Jean basically co-signed what I said how hard Titus is working. I saw Titus Williams at Rainbow Push this morning. See, that's why he can't be here today.
Yeah, Titus is putting in the
true
the
renaissance,
hours.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
True renaissance. So, gents, Chicago Bears moving. We talked about it a little bit last week, so I just want to put it right here real quick. So, not much to say there. But when it comes to that conversation, what do you guys believe when it goes into it, when it really goes down? Like this week, we had more conversation when it came down to Illinois legislation responding to Indiana legislation. And it was a lot of back and forth between both sides of what's going on and what's being conversed. What do y'all think when it comes to this? I personally think, real quick, it's just going to be a glorified game of chicken until somebody bends, until somebody actually really puts up money. I think the Bears do want to stay here because, why not stay in the state lines? But Indiana makes it look pretty enticing over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Unc really did a great job of explaining this last week. I think he kind of talked about just not only the disappointment from the very loyal Chicago Bear fan base, and I also think this is important, and this is what we have to understand. Chicago is such a sports city, and I think that if nothing else, what you have to appreciate, and I've been very vocal about and adamant about the poor front offices of a lot of the Chicago sports teams, but one thing that's always been great about Chicago sports is the fans. And I think that listening and catering to the fan in Chicago is unlike most cities because Chicago has one of the most loyal fan bases of any sports market that you're going to find in the world. You know what I mean? So I think for the season ticket holders, like Unc said, for a lot of those people that are in those northern suburbs, if you're talking about making a commute that is going to possibly affect your tailgating, is going to possibly affect your ticket sales and things of that nature, that's something that has to be accounted for. But Unc says something that was really, really powerful that stuck with me. And when I have conversations with my friends about this is what I always go to reference. You lose, it almost becomes a neutral site. You lose the true home field advantage that makes the Chicago Bears feel like the Bears. You know what I mean? Like even as much as we like and revere some of the other franchises, right? You go turn on a Rams game, it's like 50-50, whatever, you turn on a Raiders game, you turn on a lot of these, stadiums of teams that have moved, it becomes a cool sporting event overall for the casual sports fan. But the feeling of like when you watched that second Green Bay game this year, I was with my friends, we were all watching that atmosphere, that felt like the Bear. It didn't get any more Bears than that, right? When you watched the playoff game against the Packers, when you watch even the playoff game against the Rams, the life, the hope, just the spirit that is Chicago Bear football was just, you could feel it through the screen. I wasn't even at the game, but you can feel it in the atmosphere. I remember I was at my house when the Bears had their playoff games against the Rams, and when Caleb threw that touchdown to Cole Kmet, the electricity that just ran through the city. You can't get that if that stadium is in Indiana. You just aren't going to get that. Again, Bears fans are still going to be Bears fans, but it would be essentially like,
it might be warmer.
Not really. I mean
physically warmer.
Not really, but I just think it's no place that feels like home. It's nothing like the feeling of being at home, and I think you lose that home feeling with the stadium being in our backyard and with just everything that is the Bears. I think you lose a little bit of that if you move. I didn't originally think that, but Unc persuaded me and changed my mind. So
well, I'm glad that I was able to give a little insight, but I mean, I still do stand firm on, and like I was telling y'all before we got started, the Bears is pretty much like they playing poker. They show they poker face. We're threatening to leave to go to Indiana, which we really don't want to do, especially going to Hammond. We don't want to go there.
Hammond.
If you're gonna go somewhere in Indiana, you want to get closer to the Indianapolis area, but the Colts are there. But yeah, they show their poker face like, okay, Illinois, we will really flirt with leaving. So either y'all gonna match the offer, or you gonna look up and we might be breaking ground on a facility in Hammond. You hear how that sounds? The Bears in Hammond.
I know.
The Bears in Hammond. Send the White Sox out there.
Send the White Sox out there. Wow.
I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, that's funny.
I'm gonna be honest with that level of ineptitude.
Might as well
send the White Sox out there.
Rebuild. What is it called now? It's not U.S. Cellular.
What
guarantee rate?
It's guarantee.
Guarantee rate. I'm sorry.
Guarantee rate.
I put an extra D on there.
I mean, honestly, if you did that, that'd be cool for me. It's down right outside the crib.
Hey,
take it, rebuild it.
They already have. That's guarantee rate. It's a nice stadium.
It is. They
got parking. They got everything.
No, we know that. Yeah. We know that. They got the same owners, the Bulls.
Who loves the Sox more than the Bulls?
Yeah, nobody. Well, the teams that play against the White Sox.
You know what I'd love to do one day? Sidebar. I'd love to sit down with Jerry Reinsdorf and just ask him what was your goal with this? Like, I know you a wealthy man, and you know what I mean. You had some success. You got. Does he have? He has one World Series, right?
Yes.
05?
Yes.
And then the 6 championships with the Bulls.
Yeah.
So I would just ask him, I get it. Like I said, you know, money and okay, all right, but like at this point in your life, right? Like what's the goal with this? Like, do we just have it for the sake of having it, or is there any level of urgency or just standard of I owe the people, the fans, the players, the people that have laid the groundwork for these organizations to be profitable? I will even say this.
Sidebar. No, I'm just saying this is still a sidebar.
Yeah. And I'm say this and I'm gonna be done. Michael Jordan, right? Chicago legend, okay, all that great. An argument could be made that Michael Jordan, in his time from when he was drafted in 85 to when he was done with the Bulls in 98, he made Jerry Reinsdorf, both of the organizations that he owned. I'm not gonna say he made them relevant, but he made them. He elevated them to a point where it can never truly be bad, right? As far as a attendance situation, as far as revenue streams and all, because you gotta think he technically played for the White Sox too.
He did.
So he got one guy that was able to make him billions of dollars. He then pushed that guy out the door.
It's crazy.
So I mean, we ain't got to get into all that. I don't have to get into Chicago front office executives, but
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know.
So here's my thing, and I'm not gonna get on too much on the soapbox because I am a White Sox fan, right? And
are you now? You were very quiet last year. I didn't know that.
Because they won more last year.
You'll catch straight
the year before, but there's no way that you have the global icon of all global icons, Michael Jordan, when the Dream Team went to Barcelona in 92. Michael Jordan was solidified as the most famous person on the face of the earth, on the planet. Michael Jordan was the most famous.
Very recognizable brand.
Yes. You let that walk out the door to not only play for another team, but then when he got into ownership, general management, it had to be with another team. Just think of how many.
Why, you know?
Yeah, like how if you have Michael Jordan in some capacity with the front office here in Chicago, the Bulls would not be sitting on only 6 championships. I'm convinced, because guys would have been like, this is what they did for their franchise's greatest player ever.
Yeah,
Looked
no,
out
the
for him
optics would have been so much
post-basketball.
better.
The optics would have been amazing.
And now we see what the optics looks like now.
Yes.
Who's the guy you got? Scotty, and he doesn't even like the Bulls.
The Bulls, that right? So and the
I
Bulls,
mean, because Scotty never got to get paid.
He didn't.
Scotty was never.
Yeah, we
paid.
know.
yeah. But some of that was Scotty's fault. He was
You think
Scotty,
so?
Yeah, Scotty was a little antsy with that second contract that he signed. And he was advised that it was a bad contract, but Scotty, he needed to send the money back home. He needed to secure what he thought
When you
was
say
going to be the
antsy,
bag.
though, I mean, it ain't like Reinsdorf couldn't have. I mean, I get the business side of it, right?
Mhm.
If you're gonna take less, why would I give you more?
Right.
But at the same time, the Bulls were never like this team that was capped out.
They wasn't.
You know what I mean? The
but
Bulls were never a top, even at the apex of it. Mike never made until the very end. Mike never made top of the league money.
Oh no, Mike always
nobody
made more off endorsements.
And Jerry Reinsdorf
Oh, for
always he didn't want to pay Horace Grant. That cost them at least one championship.
Not paying Horace, yeah. When he went to Orlando,
That cost them a championship.
yes.
Yeah, I'll
Or
say
at least
that.
the opportunity to play. Took him
No, that cost them a championship.
Because-
I can say that because all they needed was a guy on the front line who could defend and rebound at a high level.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we got a question in the chat over here. Going back to the original conversation from David Collins. David, thanks for checking in. If they leave, will they be called the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, that's still called Chicago. The New York Giants.
Thanks for the comment.
The New York Giants play in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dallas Cowboys play where again?
in Arlington.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that still be called. I mean, granted, it's a whole nother state.
Yeah, that's that. I mean,
So
but same thing with that's New York, like you
Right
said.
to New York. So New York will be the most comparable to that. The Giants playing in New Jersey.
Well, no, Washington Commanders,
Washington-
they play in Maryland.
In Maryland.
Yeah.
So yeah, that still be called the Chicago Bears. They not changing. Like the McCaskey family is never gonna sell that franchise. That is going to be
That's their bread and butter,
yes,
man.
It will be. And that is the main issue that they are having, is because they want that to continue to produce generational wealth, and splitting that 50-50 with the Chicago Park District is not going to be able to secure that with the way that the revenue split is currently. I honestly don't think the Bears want to leave Soldier Field. The Bears just want a bigger piece of the pot. The Bears, the McCaskey family want a bigger
that so
piece
hard?
of the pot, or they want to turn the area around Soldier Field into paradise,
Wow.
where they can
Wow.
put like hotels
better
and
patent that before they
casinos
do.
and everything like that together, and then at that point it'll be, well, we own all of this, like the Tribune, or who owns the Cubs now? Is it the Ricketts that own the Cubs?
Yes, the Ricketts.
Just like how the Ricketts did with Wrigley. They like demoed everything around Wrigley. They redid some of the outside of the park.
It still sucks to go there.
And they do.
Love going there. Sucks to go there.
It
It's a hassle.
It
bro.
is a hassle.
That's a
I
two-way
never, I
thing.
never drive.
It is a hassle.
I got to
I'll
park blocks away.
So and
walk
my
to
sister,
just to get
my
to the
sister
strip.
lives in Lakeview, right? So my sister lives from the ballpark walking maybe 10 minutes, if that, right? I can't even go to my sister's house and park in my sister's house because every
Mhm,
side street,
mhm.
every alleyway, everything from the stadium all the way to basically
Almost-
Lincoln Park
Almost
is,
my crib.
yeah, it's you not.
Oh man,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember.
Absolutely. And I when the Cubs are playing, so every year, baseball season, whenever I am doing anything, I have to look. Are the
Schedule?
Cubs playing? Yes. Are the Cubs playing today?
Makes sense.
Are they at home? What time is the game? This is how during the spring and the summer, when I'm not working, how I kind of gauge what I'm gonna do.
That's a very fluid 6 months.
And it is. It is. And it can be a hassle sometimes. It can definitely be a hassle sometimes, especially when it's the Cardinals.
And we're coming up soon, so baseball season.
It's right around the corner. The Cardinals, the Dodgers, and the White Sox are the worst by far.
Because even when it's Bears games, to the Bears' credit, they've done a really good job. Like, even if you drive down Lakeshore Drive, they still let the 2 far left lanes be usable for people that aren't going to the Bears game. It's still going to be some traffic, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But it's not nearly as inefficient as Wrigley is because they monopolize the whole neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't.
Fun time, but you said that right. Monopolize the whole thing.
But this my thing with the Bears, man, it is so much. If you go a little bit further south, it's so much land that they can use, so much space that they can use, opposite of the Museum of Science and Industry. So much space. And then just run a shuttle.
The Bears just stay there and just Sox go over there. You said, right?
Man. Hell, right.
Let's go to the phone lines. We got a call here. Al Stone from Rosemont. Al, what's going on? Thanks for calling.
Hey, I just got 2 quick questions. I hear that like Soldier Fields and the Park District, 80% of the revenue is made from other sources, and 20%, I guess, is with the Bears. I guess that's easily make up. Is this a real loss or a sentimental loss? And 2, what seed do you think the Fighting Illini is going to be in the dance? Those are my questions.
Okay.
So y'all, Turbine, you want to take the first one?
I can take the first one.
All right.
So when it comes to the revenue, it's pretty much been a 50-50 split, but there are other aspects where the city can make, revenue where they can make more. So there is a chance where they can make more within the Bears because some of those partnerships don't have to involve the Bears at all. But for right now, it's tenant and, renter kind of scenario. So the Bears pay them, but basically the rent is pretty much half the revenue of what they make both ways. That's part of the reason why the Bears want to restructure the deal and basically get a place of their own, to which they can make their own money. And Indiana pretty much has been given that whole way by saying, if you come with us right now, we'll give you a 90-10 split in your favor. And in about a couple of years, we'll give you a buyout clause where you can take the whole thing of the pie and it's just your whole thing. And as of right now,
is that only Bears games?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's for that when it comes to their business together. So when the Bears are out there and doing their things, and also comes to Bears games, Bears Fest, any events that the Bears have when it comes to being at Soldier Field and their presence is there.
But they're saying that they take in more revenue than just what the Bears do, and they're only like 20% when they take in the full. That's what I heard. I heard Brandon Johnson say that.
That's what I'm saying is because their other revenue that the city comes in is because when it comes to just the Bears and the city by themselves, 50-50, but the city takes more because they have other events that go there from
like
venues, concerts. You have international soccer games that go there. That's, because the stadium is used for other things just than Bears games.
Right.
So that's where he's saying where the money comes there, saying that the city does make more money there. But I think the city kind of like showing the Bears a little bit, hey, you make money, but we do too.
And what do you think about the Illinois? And I guess they suffered a bad loss tonight against Michigan. So
yeah, I was watching the first part of the game. I couldn't finish it, but I mean, I think as far as tournament seeding, I think they'll definitely be a top 3 or 4 seed in the East region. They've had a really, really good season. I think they're like 9th or 10th in the country right now. So I'm excited to see. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good March Madness.
Do we really call the loss to Michigan a bad loss? Because Michigan is number 3.
Yeah. So it's not a bad loss.
Shout out to Marez.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll definitely be alive and competitive in the East, and I'm excited to see, just all of these young guys in the tournament, from BYU and all of that. We were talking off the mics about some of the college guys, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be a pretty good tournament, and I think the Illini have an outside shot at definitely making, an Elite 8 or maybe even a Final 4.
And one quick thing, 45,000 people managed to get up in Wrigley with no problem, but you got car problems. I just wanted to bring that up.
So it's not
still
the,
get
it's not
there,
the
but
car
it's the
problem,
commute.
It's the commute in the park. And if you're gonna drive to Wrigley, so
that's
a
good one,
majority
Al.
of the people that go, they
Yeah,
take
have a good
public
one.
transit.
Take care, Al. Thanks for checking in with us, buddy.
That's a good one.
That was
That's
funny.
good.
All right,
Yeah, I can just take an Uber if I ever decide.
like I said, I'll park a couple blocks off and walk to the stadium.
I can walk.
But on a hot day, man, still though, you gotta like get yourself to the bar, and then you're like, man, can I get water? But you really just want a beer, and but I'm not gonna get to the math of Wrigleyville when it comes to that. Let's get back to this Bears conversation.
I know we went against. I have a real quick question before we go. I just thought about this real quick, very off topic. But since we about to get off,
we coming to a break.
What of all of the Chicago sports teams, from the Sky to the Bull, every one of them, what stadium has the best food? If y'all need a second to think on it, we can maybe address that when we come back on the other side. But I just thought about that.
Good question. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not a competition that I put them in.
Bro, as much as I don't want to say, it got to be the United Center.
That's what I was gonna say.
It feels like
I will say this: the United Center's food. Again, a lot of other things are very subpar. That food is fire.
Yeah, the food.
Baseball stuff. I don't. It's hit or miss, bro. Yeah. Really, it's day to day.
Well, the White Sox.
I think the Cubs have decent stadium food.
Yeah, the White Sox got the shake is good.
I don't think I've had the shake.
Yeah, my God, I can't believe we're talking about the food.
But
I think UC.
Yeah, the United Center got the best food. Wintrust has probably the best variety, though.
Yeah, it's solid.
Hey, one time I went to Wintrust and I was in a suite here, courtesy tickets from Melody, and that day I went, it was catered by Portillo's.
But it's
I don't care. It was one of the best days of my life. I don't care.
You say you don't care.
It was one of the best days of my life.
Care. I don't care.
Open bar too. I was double fisting beers. Oh, see, I was. It was Miller time the whole time, and it was great.
Did they win?
No, we lost, and that was when I was screaming Kelsey because we were playing the Aces. Just lost. It was Candace season, but old times. Kelsey. Good memory. Yeah, we don't talk about Kelsey right now.
We can if you want to.
I mean, that whole league, in a sense, because that lockout. But we're against the clock right now. Yeah. So let's take a quick pause. So 773-591-1690 is the number. Also, we're live on WVON's Facebook and YouTube pages. If you want to go there and drop a comment into the comment section, and we'll bring it onto the screen. And questions, anything, comments, you know where we're gonna be. We'll be right back, everybody.
The nation is 1690 WVON, Bourbon, Chicago.
Information Network, we tell stories from Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis, where legacy meets survival and pride moves with purpose. We sit with elders who remember when Motown meant more than music, it meant movement. We walk with artists painting Black features on city walls. We vibe with DJs spinning house, hip-hop, and freedom into every mix. Black folks here cook love into casseroles, build businesses in blitz zones, and still show up at city council meetings wearing their Sunday best. Even through loss, protests, and isolation, we persist. We don't just make culture, we protect it and pass it forward. From Lake Erie to Lake Street, Black Midwesterners hold it down with heart and hustle. Our cold doesn't stop the fire, and our pride speaks softly, but it stands firm. With Black News First, I'm Katie Gray on the Black Information Network.
This is America's Black Voice.
The Black Information Network. The Black Information Network on iHeartRadio.
I'm Kevin Brown, and you're home for Black News First, the Black Information Network. School districts across Texas have just a few days to decide whether they want to allow prayer in school. The Magnolia ISD near Houston jumped at the chance.
If you go all the way back to 1995, there has been a constitutional right for students to pray at school. So in some ways, what's being suggested isn't all that new.
Assistant Superintendent Ben King said those wanting to be part of the period dedicated to prayer and reading the Bible just need to sign a permission slip. King says this is not controversial.
We have a dedicated minute of silence, and it actually is a minute every school day that follows normally the pledges.
King says the requirements laid out in a recently passed bill are far from onerous.
Parents would have to consent. Employees would have to consent as well.
Lawmakers in Florida are advancing a bill that provides potential victims of domestic and dating violence with a quick, safe way to call for help. Bill sponsor, Representative Peggy Gossett-Seidman, says her hope is to reduce response time when seconds matter and silence is deadly.
Members, last year in South Florida, a young mother, her father, and the neighbor to whose home she was escaping were murdered by her estranged husband, despite restraining orders and multiple 911 calls.
HB 269 requires a study to create special phone numbers that immediately alert law enforcement that an incident is occurring. The bill passed the House Judiciary Committee unanimously. This victim says seconds matter and silence can be deadly.
I hope that you vote up on this bill as a victim of domestic violence who had to escape in the middle of the night.
A Hunter College professor in New York is under fire for what people are calling blatant racist comments during a New York City public school video meeting. Allison Freeman was attending the meeting as a parent and was caught on a hot mic saying they're too dumb to know they're in a bad school, while a black 8th grader who was raising concerns about her Upper West Side school. Freeman went on to say if you train a black person well enough, they'll know how to use the back. Hunter College officials say they are aware of the comments they call abhorrent and say Freeman is under investigation. Femwell Gynecology and Wellness, a black women-owned medical practice in Charlotte, North Carolina, is revolutionizing women's health care by offering comprehensive services such as weight management and mental health support. Doctors Ebony Parson and Tiffany Bates identified a gap in women's health care and opened their practice in 2025 to provide holistic care for women. They aim to address issues like perimenopause, postpartum care, and infertility with a focus on improving health outcomes for all women, especially black mothers. The practice's emphasis on diversity and personalized care reflect their commitment to empowering women and reducing maternal mortality rates. Democratic State Senator Mike Simmons, who's running for a congressional seat in Illinois, confronted a white woman who called the police on him while he was canvassing for votes. Simmons informed the woman that it's illegal to call the police on an elected official who's knocking on doors. The incident highlights the ongoing issue of black people facing discrimination while engaging in everyday activities. Simmons is sponsoring a bill to make it a hate crime to call police on black people without an active threat, emphasizing the need to address such discriminatory behavior. I'm Kevin Brown on your home for Black News First, the Black Information Network.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
On June 6, 1984, a well-known Beverly Hills con artist named Ron Levin vanishes without a trace. 8 weeks later, a wealthy Iranian exile is kidnapped out of his home and is never heard from again. At first, the two disappearances seem unrelated, but soon suspicion falls on a group of young men united by greed and privilege. They are the golden sons of LA's wealthiest families. They drive matching BMWs, wear tailored Armani suits, lunch at Spago's, and run up tabs at LA's hippest hotspots. They call themselves the Billionaire Boys Club. They are united by a common goal. They want all the riches and status they were promised since birth, and they'll stop at nothing to get it. Their leader is Joe Hunt. He's 23 years old, charming and charismatic, and a master of mind games. But Joe's real talent lies in fleecing millions of dollars from wealthy investors in a high-stakes Ponzi scheme. It's a scheme that will slowly implode and put its members on a path to revenge, kidnapping, and murder. I'm Tracy Patton. Join me and my co-host Timothy Oliphant as we dive into Hollywood in the 1980s, when capitalism is king and greed is good. How did Joe Hunt manage to con millions from investors? Why did a group of privileged young men who had it all follow him down a road of destruction? This is the true story of the Billionaire Boys Club.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Get the Black news that matters in 30 minutes on the Black Information Network. The Black Information Network on iHeartRadio.
Telling your story.
The Black Men in White Coats DFW Youth Summit in Duncanville brought together kids from 3rd grade through college for mentorship.
Because it's our story.
The Brunswick community gathered for the annual Run with Ahmaud Memorial Run, making 6 years since Ahmaud Arbery was killed while running.
On a 24/7 news network.
Texas Congressman Al Green was escorted out for holding a sign reading "Black people are not apes."
The Black Information Network. Black News First.
BIN News this hour, I'm Andrea Coleman. Coming up, a family member of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson expresses his disappointment in the prevailing mindset of the nation's capital. It was former President Bill Clinton's turn to answer questions about his relationship with the late Jeffrey Epstein, and another organization cancels its commitment to DE&I as it bends the knee to the Trump administration. As celebration of life services begin for his late father, Congressman Jonathan Jackson is speaking out against the divisive culture in Washington. This after Speaker Mike Johnson denied the Jackson family's request to have their father's body lie in repose in the nation's capital.
There's a very toxic climate in Washington, D.C., the same Washington, D.C. that would lower the flag for Charlie Kirk. It says the 1964 Civil Rights Act was a mistake. How can we say getting rid of biases in race and sex and religion was a mistake? How can you say it was a mistake to fully enfranchise people to be Americans? That was a pivotal piece of legislation. But that's the same speaker, and that's what we're dealing with. They have a high tolerance for things that are very indecent and a very low regard for people that have been great Americans.
The late Jesse Jackson died last week at the age of 84 after a years-long battle with a neurodegenerative disease. You can learn more about the many services planned to honor his life and legacy at jessejacksonlegacy.com. Former President Bill Clinton says he saw nothing and did nothing wrong in his associations with Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Clinton was deposed by the House committee overseeing the investigation into the deceased sex trafficker and released his opening statement. The former president said he had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing, no matter how many photos you show me. Yesterday, his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, was grilled in a similar closed-door hearing over her ties to Epstein, which she denies exists. Clinton speaking to the media after her deposition.
I answered every one of their questions as fully as I could, based on what I knew. And what I knew is what I said in my statement this morning. I never met Jeffrey Epstein, never had any connection or communication with him. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell casually as an acquaintance. But whenever they asked me, I did my very best to respond.
Well, Clinton and other Democrats urged the committee to now depose President Trump. Scouting America is agreeing to make policy changes to maintain military support. According to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, the organization will comply with President Trump's executive order titled Ending Illegal Discrimination and Restoring Merit-Based Opportunity. Hegseth says the membership in the organization will be based solely on biological sex at birth and not gender identity, and it is expected to review and replace politicized, divisive, and discriminatory language. Scouting America issued a statement to the Hill confirming it would implement the changes and reinforce a commitment to its foundational ideas of leadership, character, duty to God, duty to country, and service. Stay informed, stay connected, and subscribe. Follow BIN News this hour wherever you get your podcast. I'm Andrea Coleman. The Black Information Network means Black News First.
Here's what's trending this hour. The U.S. is allowing non-emergency embassy staff to leave Israel as President Trump continues to threaten possible military action in Iran. Parts of the Midwest and Northeast are bracing for a powerful winter storm this weekend. Forecasters say anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snow is likely, with higher amounts possible from the Ohio Valley to portions of the East Coast along I-95. And the plaintiff in a landmark social media addiction trial says she became hooked on the apps as early as the age of 6. I'm Amber Payton, and that's what's trending.
Sports on the Black Information Network.
The next stage of the NFL offseason is here. The league's future stars will gather in Indianapolis for the scouting combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. The athletes will participate in several drills in an effort to increase their draft stock. The combine is also a time when trade rumors will begin to ramp up.
With the 6th pick in the NFL draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select
Round 1 of the NFL draft begins April 23rd.
Double team. He turns. He pumps.
As the playoffs inch closer, the Los Angeles Lakers seem to be slipping.
It's post-All-Star.
LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and the rest of the team cannot seem to find the correct balance.
Weak.
Former Lakers great James Worthy.
You're in 5th place. You're trying to move up. You show no respect for the uniform. You can sniff out weakness. They've got to decide who they want to be, because right now, I'm not sure. They're a good team. It's just tough to watch.
Feature sports at 14 and 44 past each and every hour. I'm Ray Harris on the Black Information Network.
Black news in 30 minutes.
The Black Information Network. This is BIN on iHeartRadio.
I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. I ended the Biden export ban, and I told our great Texas energy workers to very simply drill, baby, drill.
President Trump is highlighting what he calls major progress on lowering energy costs during a stop in Corpus Christi on his affordability tour. He says U.S. oil and natural gas production has surged since he took office, cementing America's status as the world's top energy superpower.
With the men and women here today, we're unleashing America's potential, strengthening our security, increasing our prosperity. We are the most successful country anywhere in the world.
Trump also pointed to improving relations with oil-rich Venezuela following the arrest of President Nicolas Maduro. The visit comes just a week before Texas Republican Senate primary featuring Senator John Cornyn, Attorney General Ken Paxton, and Black Congressman Wesley Hunt. Staying in Texas, an Atlantic journalist says she was removed from a campaign rally for Black Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Elaine Godfrey detailed the experience in a piece titled, "Why I Got Thrown Out of a Jasmine Crockett Rally." Crockett denied the claim in an interview with CBS News, saying her campaign did not eject the reporter and alleging Godfrey had previously been sued for defamation. The Atlantic pushed back, stating Godfrey has never been sued and was in fact removed from the event. A new state commission report is detailing the long history of racial harm experienced by Black Illinoisans. According to Chambana Today, the Illinois African Descent Citizens Reparations Commission released a comprehensive study tracing inequities from early enslavement and Black codes to redlining, school segregation, and mass incarceration. Commission leaders say the findings will guide future reparations proposals to lawmakers. The report outlines 9 areas of harm, including housing, education, policing, and health, arguing that many disparities seen today are rooted in policy decisions. A public hearing on the findings is scheduled for April 25th in Chicago. A viral video showing 2 Marietta City School District students in junior varsity baseball uniforms using racial slurs has sparked outrage. The clip has been viewed more than 17,000 times and shared thousands more. The father of a Black teammate tells Channel 2 Action News he first saw the video in a team group chat and later posted it to raise awareness. He says his family is now leaving the Georgia district after receiving threats and no direct apology from the students involved. The district says an investigation was conducted and consequences were assigned, while the NAACP is calling for accountability and stronger education around racism. And what many may not realize is that one Norfolk, Virginia mother helped spark a landmark voting rights victory. According to WTKR News 3, March marks 60 years since the U.S. Supreme Court struck down poll taxes in all elections, but the first federal lawsuit was filed in 1963 by Evelyn T. Butts. Poll taxes created after Black men gained the right to vote required payment before casting a ballot and disproportionately targeted African Americans and low-income residents.
I may ask this family about what they eat.
Dr. M?
If he's turning playtime into screen time, that might be something I'd like to know. Has he tried smoking? Does he vape? I might even ask about changes to her body. Is she feeling overwhelmed? Any signs of anxiety? If we feel comfortable asking these questions, shouldn't we also be asking, how do you store firearms in your home?
Firearm injuries are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the U.S. It's our responsibility to have a conversation about firearm injury prevention, because questions about safety are questions about health. Find tools at agreetoagree.org/healthcare.
I'm Selma, and I'll be your server this evening. The special is pasta primavera, and it comes with a salad. Oh, and by the way, I abuse my children. Lots of times I beat them for even the smallest reason. When they really get on my nerves, I lock them in the closet for a few hours.
If only child WVON, celebrating 100 years of Black history by remembering 400 years of perseverance.
It's The Fundamentals with T-Dub and DJ Turbine on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, WVON.
today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as
Welcome back to the Fundamentals. We go too long, they're gonna mute us. They're gonna mute us somewhere, buddy. Especially with something like this. My name's DJ Turbine. Welcome back. His name is
this your boy Uncle Day, the Chicago favorite uncle. Not a jacker in sight. Ooh. And everything is all right.
You know, this song always means something to me on a Sunday during NFL season when the Bears win and the Packers lose.
Get me on the court and I'm trouble. Last week messed around and got a triple double.
Luka Doncic over. No, Josh Giddey.
I can't believe today was a good day.
Hey. So it's a good day when the fundamentals are going to end the day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get back to the sports conversations. Ryan James will be joining us in just momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he'll be back.
Yeah, I promise. Because Dr. Love tried to take over the alter ego, tried to pop out a little sooner than
did he really now?
Yeah, so he had to. You turn into somebody else when you're hungry. So
you're not yourself when you're hungry. That's a free plug, but we're not going to finish the actual.
Absolutely not.
We're not going to finish the whole plug, but you know what we were saying.
If y'all want us to continue,
hit us up at Arturo at WVON.com.
That's right.
For inquiries and business opportunities.
Absolutely.
You know it.
No more free publicity.
So from the conversation of the Chicago Bears when it comes to this possible move, let's talk about what's going on the actual field. So we actually had, it's quiet times of the season, but we're still going to get to something that actually comes up here. So I'm going to bring up the article here real quick, and we'll see it. That's Chicago Bears and Tremaine Edmunds. This is coming from ESPN. Sources say Bears allow Tremaine Edmunds to seek a trade. Over here reports the Chicago Bears have granted linebacker Tremaine Edmunds permission to seek a trade. Sources confirmed to ESPN. Edmunds, 27, is entering the final season of a 4-year, $72 million contract he signed with the Bears in 2023. That carries right now, his cap hit $17.9 million. That's a lot.
Yes.
And, well, we can keep going down there, but pretty much as it says right there, that's the important part. The Bears allow the trade per Courtney Cornyn. And what do we think here right now when it comes to this? I honestly, knee-jerk, not going to lie to you, Bear fan of me, really like Tremaine, had a great social media presence last year when it came to all those, it's Chicago, yeah, that's him. That's him. If you guys don't know who that is, number 49, that big linebacker. But if this trade doesn't go down, I think they're going to go lean towards either just cutting him completely because they can't take the money. And the question I was, immediately followed after I kind of processed it was, well, when you look down into the nitty gritty of everything that I saw last year, it's not like our Bears defense was doing anything crazy other than turnovers and interceptions. Other than that, we really weren't in any leading statistical category.
Isn't that the
story that always happens?
I mean, but that's the most important statistical category. Well, I mean, of course, points allowed,
points, yardage.
But if you're forcing teams to turn the ball over, then you aren't allowing them to score, and you're giving your offense more opportunities to score. So regardless of how bad it looks,
you're right. It worked for us because we clearly saw the process here because the Bears went all the way to the playoffs and won a division off this stuff.
Absolutely.
And won a playoff game.
Absolutely.
So
and was in the thick of winning another playoff game if
right in the thick of it.
Yeah. I mean, we all have
until we turn the ball over.
Have our own ideas about that last drive. But yeah,
we have.
But the defense actually did give the Bears an opportunity because the Rams had the ball first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the defense gave them an opportunity. So, I mean, I get it. Turnovers aren't always as aesthetically pleasing when you look and you say, well, y'all gave up 300-400 all-purpose yards. And it's like, yeah, they scored 10 points. And
we made Joe Flacco look how good?
Yeah.
At this stage of his career, that's a little bad, But so, with that being said, any shocker to this news, honestly, when it came to the fact that if we lose Tremaine Edmonds, knowing that TJ Edwards is already going to be missing significant time with that injury after.
Yeah, did they say what was TJ Edwards' injury?
It was a fracture, and I don't know exactly where, but he's going to be missing a lot of it first. It's going to be like a Fred Warner injury.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of interject, I mean, I think that Tremaine Edmonds has been a disappointment since he got here to Chicago. I think he's a good football player, but I think for that price tag of what he's being paid, I don't think what he's being paid matches.
Yeah, we had it right here, right before you got here. We said that this year his cap hit is 17.9.
Yeah, that's way too high for a guy at this stage of his career. What he's given to you on the field on Sundays. So I think if you can get that off your books and you spend, one of your first 3 draft picks on a linebacker, I think that's the direction you have to go.
But the linebacker room was their deepest room last season, though. So do you really have to? Are you really pressed to replace him, or do you have a viable replacement in house?
We'll see.
I don't think
there's not a proven one, I would say.
I think DeMarco Jackson maybe earned some run, but not like anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's a clear cut guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you can. They had play linebacker by committee anyway because their starting linebackers both missed time, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where if you really think about it, like we said, that cap hit 17, damn near 18.
I will say this: I don't know who will really offer up much in the trade package for him, though. At this point, you're not getting a second or third round pick. I mean, I wouldn't give that up for him.
No, whatever you get, it's probably going to be the best you're ever going to get offered if there
You're
is.
going to get a 5th or 6th round pick for him
because they're going to cut him or either trade him.
And I don't know if he has any guaranteed money after.
No, this is the last. This is the last year of a 4-year deal. Yeah. So
so
money.
After June 1st, he could probably cut with no.
Exactly. So that's pretty much what it was. They pretty much said we're allowing you to seek a trade, and if the trade doesn't happen, you're pretty much going to be out of here.
Yeah.
And no hard feelings. It's it's business. We all know how this goes when it comes to the NFL. And my question to the group was, honestly, for that defense, other than the turnovers, is anyone's job pretty much safe on that defense?
Secondary.
Yeah, secondary.
I mean, Jalen, pretty much.
Jalen,
Kyler had a rough year.
Tariq.
He's been hurt, but I think you want to keep him.
You still have a lot of free agents. The likes of Brisker, Byard.
I thought I saw that they offered Byard a contract. What was that?
I haven't seen anything so far of that. If they have, let's see what happens.
I don't think
there.
They have.
Okay.
And then you still have guys like Nashawn Wright and CJ Gardner-Johnson. If they want that stuff, because they really had what was a really good excess problem there last year. They had a lot of players that they really could plug and play.
But you don't want to lose too many of them because injuries happen, man.
No, I'm with you, but
the problem is the price tag. I think if those guys are on rookie deals, you can keep all of them. But they're not.
But
I mean,
out of the ones,
because are Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker both free agents?
Yes. No, Kyler's already on a contract. That's where it comes down to where it's like, oh, he signed an extension and then he got hurt.
Yeah, gotcha. Jaquan, you got to bring him back.
I think so too. He proved this year that
he's the heart and soul of the defense.
He proved this year that he could actually stay healthy. He finally played every game this year, and was able to actually prove that he could actually play a little smarter and cleaner. And not saying he's dirty, but saying keep your head up.
Yeah.
So that's my question there. So you think that other than that, the secondary, but front 4 linebackers pretty much interchangeable right now, because it seems like with this going into it with Tremaine being gone, this changes the draft process. This changes free agency looks at if we're going to even go that way, because maybe you clear decks right now because you had to reset some pay scales on your team, because eventually you're going to have to pay Rome and you're going to have to pay Caleb.
So that's what I was going to say. I think every decision the Bears make for the next 2 or 3 off seasons all have to be with the process of thinking about we're at one point in Chicago going to have the highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
So
I mean, now it's going to happen. I was, if you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I would have said, man, you crazy. It's a lot more I need to see. But I just have to be truthful with what I saw this year, or what I saw in the playoffs, or what I saw at fourth quarter after fourth quarter after fourth quarter. The Bears would be silly to not just give him whatever he wants. And they should do it. They should do it sooner rather than later. Yeah. Do it at the end of this year. He'll be contract extension eligible at the end of the 3rd season. Just give him whatever he wants, get ahead of it, get a huge signing bonus, backload the contract so that from a cap standpoint, it's still manageable for the rest of, your time that you're there. And I'm going to be honest with you. This may sound crazy. This may sound really crazy, But if I were the Bears, I would offer him a Patrick Mahomes-like contract. I would make it 10 years. Why? We know he's going to be here. And the more times, if you do a 4-year deal and you keep going back to the table, it's just going to keep being a higher price tag. Yeah. Then when people saw Mahomes signed, they said, oh, my God, but if you look at it on a per-year average, he's always in like that 7th to 10th paid highest quarterback range, right? Because it's always going to be somewhere between like 49 and 54 million, somewhere in there, right? So with Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson, all of those guys, if you can stretch the contract out, you can from a cap standpoint be in a really favorable situation over the next 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? So with him going into the third, this would be his third year. He'd be going into the 4th year. You're gonna pick up the 5th year option, and then you'll spread out like I said, from a cap standpoint, all the years coming in the future. So I don't know. I think there's no way that you don't get this done.
But that makes sense. So these moves are in conjunction to a future plan that, hey, we have to eventually work to this because it's going to eventually happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see there. But so defense, secondary, yeah, a couple guys bring back, but pretty much front seven interchangeable.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Javon Dexter, Billings, Grady Jarrett, Montez Sweat. Oh, y'all see that Max Crosby was in town?
No, I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that one.
Caleb Williams welcomed him at the airport.
Wow.
Okay.
A podcast visit one way and then a Chicago visit the other way. I think it might happen. It might happen. Put your bets in on Vegas, guys. Just saying.
I wanted to ask you all about that. So what's the package? Can we put our GM hats on here for a second?
It's on
Arturo and I'm not sorry, Arturo, sorry, DJ Turbine and Unk. What's the package that the Bears can realistically offer that makes sense for both sides?
Realistically, I think you're gonna have to send some money back one way or another, and if they have to get a player back that way, so it's either going to be DJ and or the only one I could think of is probably Montez Sweat. People are going to be like, well, why would you do that? Because, you want to put them together. Realistically speaking, it's not like Montez was doing anything crazy, so what are we really losing at this point? If anything, Max could, or should put up the line or the production of everybody else. But you're going to put DJ or, like I said, Montez. I don't know how many first-round picks. I'm maybe.
Well, let me ask you this: if it's Montez, though, from Vegas standpoint, why would I do that? Because I'm trading away for an expensive player to get another expensive player back.
Because it feels like they want to rebuild somehow too. So it's.
But is getting Montez really gonna be
part of the rebuild?
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't make sense for me for a rebuild.
And if they are going for a rebuild, I don't think DJ will make sense either.
So
I disagree because they're probably going to get a young quarterback.
Yeah.
So if they're going to get a young quarterback, you would want to have a good, dependable veteran wide receiver in there.
Well, why not just try to get draft capital so you can get a receiver that can
I feel the same way with that.
It would be nice. It would be ideal, but if it's Vegas, they got the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So their next pick, I don't know when their next pick is going to be, but you're not going to get one of the top 4 or 5 receivers in this draft. You're going to have to really trust your scouting department that whoever you take in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round is going to pan out to be something.
If you move Max Crosby and you get a 1st round pick for him, which you will.
Yeah, you could also spend it, but I would spend that on a receiver and then still bring a guy like DJ in, because with a young quarterback, you're going to need 2 to 3 dependable targets that you realistically could build with. I liked what the Bears did. They had DJ here, they still drafted Rome. They still, you know what I mean? The year after, they still drafted Luther Burke. You gotta have ample weapons at your disposal with young guys so that they have somebody they can throw to.
I get it. I don't. So if I'm the Bears, right, and I see Max Crosby getting dangled, I'd really have to consider pause. I'd really have to consider if moving DJ, because at first I was like, yeah, get rid of DJ, bring Max in. But you're going to lose probably when it comes to the game planning against your receiving room, the receiver that gets game planned for. That opens the field up.
Do we know that's at this point what he's doing?
Yeah,
the numbers would suggest that if I'm not game planning for a guy who's giving me 600 yards a year. But I'm not doing that.
But if
he's the second leading receiver on the team and Rome missed 4 games.
But if every game your best corner is on DJ and then he's getting help over the top.
Yeah.
Now at this point, you got to say, okay, do we force feed on the ball even though he double covered? Because we saw when he had single coverage on him, ask the Packers what happened.
Yeah. One thing I can't take away from him, my problem with DJ Moore since he's been in Chicago has just been poor effort.
Yes.
And I think that as somebody who played the position, someone who's so passionate about the position, I love wideouts. You know what I mean? Like wideouts it's when I was in college, it's like a religion for us. You know what I mean? Like I'm so passionate about receiver play from blocking to catching to everything. The one thing as an argument could be made, the Bears may have had a chance at the NFC Championship game to me if DJ Moore just continues on his path to run.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to say, oh, it was a miscommunication. Bro, I've watched the play 1,000 times.
Yeah, he did stop running.
He stopped running.
And
Caleb threw the ball to where he was supposed to be, not where he was.
So I've watched it. I've watched the game a couple of times. I watched the last drive a few times.
Yeah, I finally watched the film too.
My question initially was, everybody's talking about this. DJ has yet to talk about it. We're how many months out now? And has DJ still talked about it? So why haven't we heard from?
Because I think he knows that he quit.
So DJ took a massive hit.
In Green Bay or against Green Bay?
No, against the Rams.
Oh, and hurt his back.
And hurt his back. And it looked like he might have been a little concussed in the process.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not gonna make an excuse because the man hasn't come out to defend himself yet, to speak about the play.
But if they came out and said that, I think that would be legitimate. I would be okay. I get
it. If they have an independent neurologist on the sideline that's supposed to stop him from going out,
I agree. If they let him go back,
then they let him go back, and then he come out and say, "Well, I was a little jacked up while I was out there. I was, my equilibrium was off, and I was."
But
trying
I think
my
in
hardest.
the current climate in the NFL, I don't think if he legitimately had a concussion that they would have let him go back out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe you too, but at the same time,
I mean, the play call from Ben Johnson in that scenario was perfect.
You think so?
Yes. They dropped out. They played quarters defense, which for the casual fan, all it means is that every defensive back is 4 defensive backs on the field. It's 2 safeties and 2 corners. They all have a quarter of the field. Right. So that means that the left fourth, the right fourth, and the 2 middle fourths of the field are all being occupied.
Right.
Ben Johnson called a play where everybody else besides DJ Moore, because to DJ Moore's credit, he was the go-to guy in the clutch. Mm-hmm. When it's a money time situation, DJ Moore has called multiple game-winning touchdowns this season. To his credit, I have to give him credit for that, right? So when it came down to those money situations, Caleb is looking for number 2.
Right.
Everybody's clearing out. The safeties have to be occupied with whoever is clearing out. So whenever the receiver runs into their zone, now they're forced to back up. DJ Moore runs a dig route right behind where the safeties are being moved away from. There was a gaping hole in the middle of the field. It was humongous. Mm-hmm. Caleb, with pressure in his face, anticipated where DJ Moore was supposed to be and throws a strike. He stops running. The safety is able to come off, come down, and get an interception, right? I have watched the play so many times. All DJ Moore has to do is keep running.
Mm-hmm. Keep running. I watched it too.
And we got a comment here on chat from YouTube from Sydney Brown. What's up, Sydney? Thanks for chiming in. DJ Moore spoke to Adam Jones.
I also saw that after the game. He said, or someone said it was a
during Super Bowl week, and Moore said that the interception was a miscommunication.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not professing to be at the level of DJ Moore. I didn't make it as far.
Thank
as
you,
DJ
Sydney,
Moore.
from Second City Sports.
But I also know the game well enough to understand that a miscommunication, you can still run full speed on a miscommunication. So if Unc is a basketball coach, right? Let's say that we are calling a horns play, right? So we got 2 guys coming up a set of balls, whatever. I know a little bit of. Okay, whatever, cool. The moment that doesn't mean that if there's a miscommunication and You call horns, but so they run something else that it needs to be run at half speed.
Right, absolutely.
You can still have a miscommunication and like, okay, we had a miscommunication, but we just still ran the play according to what we thought it was, right? There was still no reason. DJ Moore in an NFL game in the playoffs, money time, third or fourth down. I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't it second down?
Or may have been
I want to say it was
whatever it was.
Wow.
You know this is money time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse to ever stop running.
It's absolutely not.
If you're gonna make a mistake, just make it full speed.
Yep. Make an aggressive mistake. That's what every coach tell you, right?
So I don't. The miscommunication, even if it was a miscommunication, that does not take away from DJ Moore just running through the duration of the route, and that just would have been it.
It's crazy. This started as a Max Crosby question, and he's off on DJ.
I'm sorry.
Moore.
I get passionate about this because
DJ called a real stray here. I know you said the trade packages, and it's most likely that DJ's in that convo. But dang, he caught one from you, buddy.
Yeah.
I just think, again, I think highly of DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore was very good in Carolina. But I just think since he's been in Chicago outside of the first year with Justin Fields, my problem with him has been his inconsistent effort. I think he got paid.
And we've seen it multiple times, not just this year.
This isn't a new development.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. The Arizona game last year, the year prior.
I mean, the body language when Caleb misses a throw, that's a guy in his first or second year in the NFL. You got to build that guy. Hey man, it's all right. It's all right. Let's shake back. You know what I mean? He's despondent and frustrated. You know what I mean? So again, I think he's a good player. I think he made some really, really good catches in key moments, and I think that he could be a valued addition to a team. But to him being upwards of $20 million a year for a guy who's going to give me 600-700 yards, I don't know. I think you have too much young talent in that room.
Can't get down with that, huh?
You know what I mean? And I think you can still get a guy in free agency that you can sign to a 1 or 2 year deal. They're always veteran free agent wide receivers that are going to come available in June and July that you can bring in to still serve that role as kind of the OG of the group. And, receiver is a position you can draft almost every single year. So I don't think that they'll be – you got Cole Kmet. I know they're trying to figure out if they're going to bring him back or not, but hopefully they get that done. They got 2 tight ends. You still got Luther and Rome. You still got Colson. I mean, if you can't work with that, we need to be having a different conference. That's plenty right there. You got a really good a rookie running back in Kama Nungai. We'll see what they do with Swift. I've seen different reports about possible stuff that they need to be doing with that room, but we know with Ben Johnson, that running game is going to be good. So whatever they decide to do there is going to be competent. That's plenty. They need to address the defense, and I think that they need to. And I also said this. I'm saying this. I'm talking a lot. I'm saying this, and I'm done. I think that I wouldn't be mad if the Bears spent their first-round draft pick on another receiver. I said that a while back, and I wanted them to get off of DJ and spend a first-round draft pick on another receiver.
Well, if you move DJ and you moving him in a direction for a Max Crosby, that first-round pick got to go with him.
That's for sure.
You know what? Okay.
But is this? I mean, that's the question though, because it's going to be a late first-round pick this year. Is that pick even worth? Is it worth sending it there? Because the fact that hey, for the first time in like 3 years, we're not drafting top 10.
I mean, it all depends on the value that Vegas
we're in the 20s.
It all depends on the value that Vegas see in it. If Vegas see that a first round this year and a first round next year is with DJ Moore is good enough, then at that point the Bears have to ask themselves, if we lose DJ, are we still a Max Crosby away from being a Super Bowl contender?
I think the one thing they do know for sure, because that question, I don't have the answer, but I do know that the one question that they know is more prominent to them is that defense just needs upgrades. So,
absolutely.
All the way. So they're going to do their due diligence to try and get that to the level it needs to be to try and stay in the conversation.
They
don't want to be the Commanders.
Was good though, was great. Is that when you talk about upgrades for the first time in how many years we haven't said anything about the offensive line?
I swear. We're talking about the defensive line. The offensive unit is actually like, you know what? Tweak it. Add little things. Yeah. It ain't broke, so don't fix it.
Nah, I'm a huge proponent in drafting offensive defensive linemen high every year. I think they're just
you definitely are.
They're
every
too
year
difficult.
You're on that.
They're too difficult to find. I think I think as good as that O-line is, especially guard, center guard, wouldn't be mad if that second round pick was maybe if you see a tackle that you feel like is can't miss. you take the tackle.
Absolutely.
Every
figure
single
out what they're
time.
gonna do with that because that left tackle position right now is open.
You know what I mean?
Trapillo.
So it's yeah. I mean, but to y'all's point though, I think that this is the first time in a long time where the Bears don't have some major glaring needs on the offensive side of the football. But you can get a lot better in the defense. So I think that they need to invest some draft capital. We need to look at the free agents that'll be available in this free agent cycle that maybe the Bears can target as well. But you know,
we'll do a little free agent preview, a little down the line.
But
from one team and one receiver, you want to talk about your team and your receivers?
Let's get into it.
All right, let's hit this cue.
It's time for Ryan's Roundup on the Fundamentals on 1690 WVOA.
Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host with the most. I go by the name of Ryan James. In about an hour, my name will have a name change, but we don't need to get into that right now. What'd you say?
I say oilo. That's a Spanish thing. Just saying they hear him.
But this is a segment that I like to do called Ryan's Roundup. As you all know, I've been lifelong Cowboy, lifelong Laker fan. Not actually a lifelong Laker fan, lifelong LeBron fan.
You heard him? You heard him?
Sorry. Lifelong LeBron fan. I misspoke on that. But just to kind of hop in my Dallas Cowboys, we were talking about DJ Moore and the situation with the Bears, but kind of switching gears. You know, the Cowboys have applied the franchise tag on veteran wide receiver George Pickens. I honestly don't think it was the right move. I'm going to kind of get into why, but you know, I think that I do understand from Dallas's standpoint wanting to kind of keep him so you can try to run it back this year and see what you can do. I think where Jerry's not really considering everything is I think that cap hit is still going to be, I think the franchise tag for the receivers this year is like $29 million. So I mean, that's still a pretty, it's still a pretty high cap hit for a guy on a 1-year deal. So it doesn't really, from a cap standpoint, really help you putting him on a franchise tag. But I guess with some of the issues that I know he's had off the field and some of the, you know, even issues on the field, you know what I mean? He's super, super talented. There are times last year watching George Pickens from a talent standpoint, he looked like a top 3 to 5 receiver in the league. Just when you watch his talent, I mean, he's 6'4.5". He's 215 pounds, runs like a gazelle, jumps out of the gym, can make some of the most acrobatic and difficult catches in the NFL. And for a big guy, he's really good with the ball in his hands after the catch. You don't typically see that from bigger receivers, but he's an insanely and immensely talented young man. There's no question about that. But with some of the reports that he's had issues off the field, whether it was the incident in Vegas and, you know, just different things that he's had, and then even on the field. I mean, similarly to DJ Moore, the effort kind of comes and goes. And like I said before, I don't particularly love that. I don't like giving guys that haven't gotten the bag, that show poor effort. I don't think giving them more money means that the effort is all of a sudden going to change. So, you know, I definitely want to be wary of that. But I do think that when healthy, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. That was proven out by the statistics. I mean, George Pickens was top 3 in every major statistical receiving category last year. You know what I mean? He really had a great year. You know, if I was Jerry, I think if you're going to keep him, I would have probably just given him an extension and given him $25 million a year and spread that out over 4 or 5 years. So that way, from a cap standpoint, it allows you a little bit more flexibility. Or I would have tried to look for a trade for him to see what you can kind of get back, because his value right now is at its height. If something happens to him next year, or maybe he rolls an ankle or something like that, you don't really know. You aren't certain of what you'll be able to get back from him if trading him is ultimately where it's going to go. So you got to really try to figure that out. But I'd love to hear the fella's opinion on franchise tagging them and what the Cowboys feel like they can do.
It was an interesting decision to tag him. I didn't think they were going to. I thought, you know, if they wanted to bring him in back, it would be there. But we know where the money is going to be, and he has a market. I think they have more things to worry about, you know, defensively. But I do think that some of the pieces that you guys brought in last year during the trade deadline and, you know, still early on, you know, we'll see what happens this offseason when it comes to, you know, in the draft, how your defense looks afterwards. But I think that more kind of like the Bears, you guys have room for improvement on the defense. I don't know why.
We have, no, sir. No. It's not just room for improvement. We need a complete overhaul.
Exactly. So, but
the Bears have room for improvement.
With Quinn Williams, the Cowboys, you got Logan Wilson.
They cut Logan Wilson.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I gotta look closer to that one. But there you go. I think the money needs to go. We know where the money needs to go. Basically, we saw what kept you guys back last year. You know how many times I watched you guys last year and said, my God, this offense is just pretty dang special. But why don't they win? They can't. The defense. They can't. If they put up 30 points, but they give up 35, it's yeah. So,
but Jerry said when they got out of Micah Parsons, at least we'll be able to stop the run. Yeah. How did that work?
I mean, because the question does Micah Parsons really
Quentin Williams
change
and Kenny Clark, you should be able to be formidable against the run. And when Q first got traded there, he was playing pretty well. So hopefully you can replicate that level of play going forward. But I'm sorry, Turbine, go ahead.
Well, I just also think the fact that, does retaining Micah Parsons as well as, say, like DeMarcus Lawrence, does that really change the defense where it was?
No.
I mean, like, Seattle's defense was great this year, but I wouldn't sit there and say it was on the shoulders of DeMarcus Lawrence.
No, definitely not.
And the same thing I could be said about the Packers defense a little bit more, because it seems like Micah was doing a lot more impact over there, and we saw the impact when he left. But either way, I'm just saying, like, retaining those guys, was it Eberflus? Was it the scheme? Was it a lack of effort from certain players? It's just certain things that makes me wonder what goes on over there. So I feel like there's more issues over there than receiver, and you still have CD. You have one of the best receivers in the game today. Why do you need why? Like,
well, I will say I do think George opens up a lot of things for them. I think the problem though is we've seen the model of two really high paid guys at that position is counterproductive. It doesn't make sense to have
Cincinnati
CD at. Yeah, I mean, like what good does that really do? It doesn't address
Miami
the problem
for a couple years.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't change the issue that you have. I guarantee you if the Bengals were smart, they would have traded T. Higgins when his value was at his highest, and they would have used the draft capital to draft defensive players. So
we're gonna get off of this whole Trey Hendrickson situation and try to figure something out. At least,
you know what I mean? Somebody. So I think it's just one of those things, man, where I don't know. I don't know if there really is a path forward from here, But I watched a podcast earlier, and it was really powerful, and it made a lot of sense. The whole pitch was the best thing to do would have been to not trade for him. And I can't definitively say that was the worst thing to do because of the success level that it had. But it just puts you in this awkward position where you spend draft capital on a guy you may not even be able to keep for more than a year.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
We've been there for the Bears. Chase Claypool,
yeah.
We've been. Trust me, we spent.
But at least with Chase Claypool, it made sense because he didn't play well.
Right.
I think Chase Claypool will be here right now if Chase Claypool had a season like George Pickens had.
Yeah, just being productive in general.
I don't even know if you even want to DJ Moore if Chase Claypool plays like George Pickens.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, if he actually played up to the actual standard that he put himself up there, the whole receiver was a different conversation.
Chase first year, he was
first 2 years.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin.
But that's when Ben basically stopped taking away from him.
Mike Tomlin, man, I will say this, man. When it comes to developing those young wideouts, he is truly special at that. That I can never take away from him.
He has an eye. Uncle Daddy, what do you think about this whole George Pickens situation with Dallas?
I mean, it always sucked as a player to get a franchise tag, but this guy, like, from a business standpoint, I guess I can understand it because they do have so many other positions where they need to pay players. But I'm not a big fan of the franchise tag, period.
I don't know why the NFLPA agreed to that. That's just terrible.
Yeah, because now you're pretty much telling
a sport in which it's very short shelf time, and 1 year does make a big difference.
And not only that, but they have the smallest guaranteed contracts in all the sports.
Right. It just feels like you really put your. That's a different conversation, anyways.
Right. So now we're gonna have a Le'Veon Bell type situation possibly, where you sit out until the last minute.
But I think that's not advantageous for George, though. If I was with George, I would say, George, play the whole. And again, people may think that that's crazy, but at the same time, we got to really think about this.
Play it out and get up out of there.
$28 million for 1 year is unfair as far as you don't have the guarantees. But at the end of the day, I don't think you're really back into a corner because if you miss time, You giving away $1 million check every week,
game,
and it's not like he was some super high draft pick where he's made generational money.
Right.
So we talking about you gonna get fined for missing all of the mandatory mini camps. You're gonna miss all the. So then also think about this too. When you finally do come back to the team, now you got to get in shape. It's just there are too many things that could potentially mess up long-term money. Right. Because now you're coming in out of shape. We all know when you coming in trying to work your way in condition.
Playing
Possibly
catch up in
pull
the
a
season
hamstring,
sucks.
possibly pull a groin. Soft tissues are very common when you're just out of shape. You know what I mean? So if I was him, I would maybe not go to the OTAs or the mini camps, but definitely go to training camp and play every single game. Just play the way you did last year. Get the $28 million. $28 million is more than he's made in his entire career combined. It's unfair, but then again, like I said, I think if he does what he needs to do, he can find a team next year when he hits true free agency where he'll be able to, cash out.
The Bears. I think Rome Odunze will be at a different spot at that point that will make the conversation different.
But
you're gonna pay Rome, you're gonna pay George.
You'll be able to at that point you might be able to afford to pay them both.
Oh, then we're the Cowboys.
You should not pay them both.
I mean, you should be able to pay something.
Nah, buddy. Nah, we're gonna put one on a big scale. We're gonna get some young money.
Because you got to think after next year, you're gonna give Caleb.
You got to give Caleb $500 million.
Yeah, right. $500 million.
You're gonna give Rome. You're also gonna give Rome
a DoorDash deal.
If Rome, see that Rome is kind of tough because he's been good, but I wouldn't pay him top of the receiver market either. But based on what I've seen so far, you know what I mean. So we'll see what he does this year and see if he's able.
He did have some big drops.
Yeah, I mean, he dropped the touchdown on the first round of the run. You know what I mean? So
that's why Olamide Zaccheaus ain't coming back.
Yeah, too many drops. I mean, the Bears led the league in drops last year.
Yeah.
And so people were talking about Caleb's completion percentage being 58% or whatever it was. Catch the football.
Pretty much. He
Catch
has
the football.
It's 2 jobs: throw it and to catch it. Someone's not doing that job.
So I'm not saying Caleb may miss a lot of throws because we know that he did.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm just saying that there was. And again, I'm a huge Luther Burden fan, a huge Rome Odunze fan. They didn't do him favors all the time by dropping so many passes. Same with DJ Moore. They really let him down a lot of the times in key spots with big drops.
And Rome has to stay healthy all year. Because
Rome's got to
stay. When he was early on, he was amazing. But when that injury came in, it's just not the same.
Yep. So got a couple of things that they got to work through. But I love Antoine Randall. I think he's done a fantastic job with that group.
Coach L's amazing.
Yep. And they got to just continue to hit the jugs machine. And I remember one of my receiver coach, we had a game. I think we played Eastern Michigan, and I think we had a team as a group. We had 3 or 4 drops in that game. Yeah, I think man, I can't remember exactly who it was, but that next Tuesday, that first day of practice, I remember I'll never forget it. Our coach, he came in, and in the right outside the weight room, there was this stack of bricks, right? Bricks. And we had to, as our punishment for all them drop passes.
What in the anime are you doing?
We each had to get a partner. We had to grab a brick, and we had to jog down the field 100 yards, tossing the brick back and forth to one another. Now, you catch that brick a few times, one, it's going to completely tear the skin this layer of skin off your hand. That's why if you notice, I have permanent calluses on my hand from catching them bricks. That's the first part, right? The second part is it teaches you to focus. It teaches you to literally look that brick into your hand, because if you don't pay attention to it and it hits your foot, you're going to be in a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah, it's a brick.
So, yeah, those are just some old school. We used to do another thing we used to do. We used to put our hand in a bucket of rice, and you squeeze that rice, you twist it up because it develops the strength in your forearms. Strong forearms helps you catch the football and hold on to it. So, maybe need to bring in some old tennis balls, different things that that we used to do over the years to help you with, catching the football. But at the end of the day, you can do all of that, but it doesn't simulate in the game with a live ball coming at you with another person trying to take your head off. So
especially with the elements as well. The ball is cold is harder. And
yep.
When it start raining, and absolutely.
Right. Let's go to the next part of your roundup. The Lakers.
I was kind of hoping you ain't mention that.
We got to.
Oh, got to.
We got to. We're in the midst of basketball season.
We up against this, so let's hit that on the other side.
We have it on the side?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, man. 773-591-1690 is the phone number. We're also live on the Facebook and the YouTube. Jump in the chat. Be right back.
Chicago, and the voice of the nation is 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Instead of a State of the Union address the other day, we heard it was a state of delusion yesterday from a president who seems to want to paint a picture that the world is perfect, that the economy is great, and income is high. People are getting justifiably more and more frustrated.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Congressman Carter says what he calls the president's State of Delusion address was full of fantasy.
The state of our union is strong.
So for him to stand there and suggest that the economy is robust and that things are wonderful, and to even chant, we are winning so much we can't stand it, suggests a president that is absolutely delusional, a president that is completely out of touch and simply lying to the American people and telling them to forget what you see, forget what you feel, and trust me when I tell you you're not hungry. Trust me when I tell you you're not hurting.
Which leads us back to the midterms and the concern about our votes.
Well, you know, the House Representatives, against the will of the Democratic caucus and the Black caucus, passed the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act is named the SAVE Act, but it does anything but save. It is nothing more than subterfuge, an attempt to discourage voting, to intimidate people from voting, to require that you have a passport, birth certificate, proof of citizenship. Well, there's no issue out there. The law already prevents people who are not citizens, who are undocumented in our country, from voting. So the notion that this is some widespread problem just isn't true. It's nothing more than an attempt to intimidate and discourage and suppress the votes.
So what should every American, especially Black Americans, do right now? Hear it in part 2 of my conversation with the Black Democrat Louisiana lawmaker. Congressman Carter, thank you for being here.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
I'm Vanessa Tyler in the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
I'm Shay Diddy on the Black Information Network. In 2019, the St. John Will.I.Am Coltrane African Orthodox Church observed its 50th anniversary. Based in San Francisco, the church uses John Coltrane's music as a source for religious discovery. Instead of singing traditional hymns, worshipers chant Coltrane's A Love Supreme, and there are monthly meditations where people commune with Coltrane's music. In 1965, Branzo King and his wife, Marina King, saw Coltrane live at San Francisco Jazz Club. The couple had a religious experience. They called it a sound baptism. In the years leading up to his death in 1967, at the age of 40, Coltrane's music had grown increasingly spiritual. He said that he wanted to be a saint, and in him, Branzo, who had wanted to be a preacher, had found his God. Instead of a mural of Jesus in the sanctuary, there is one of patron Saint John Coltrane. And that's a fact. I'm Shay Diddy on the Black Information Network.
I may ask this family about what they eat.
Dr. M?
If he's turning playtime into screen time, that might be something I'd like to know. Has he tried smoking? Does he vape? I might even ask about changes to her body. Is she feeling overwhelmed? Any signs of anxiety? If we feel comfortable asking these questions, shouldn't we also be asking, how do you store firearms in your home?
Firearm injuries are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the U.S. It's our responsibility to have a conversation about firearm injury prevention, because questions about safety are questions about health. Find tools at agreetoagree.org/healthcare.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
WVON, celebrating 100 years of Black History Month by remembering 400 years of our ancestors' journey.
Back to the fundamentals with DJ Turbine and T-Dub on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
To you. You looking at me, but I'm looking through you. I see the blood in your eyes. I see the love in disguise. I see the pain hidden in your pride. I see you not satisfied. And I don't see nobody else.
I was walking through the halls bumping this.
Mirror on the wall. Here we
perfect timing to catch you guys.
Through the rise and fall, you've been my only friend.
Oh, early edition.
You told me that they can.
Doctor, you're needed at the room right now.
I am, so why are we here
talking to each other again?
And it's for Luca right here, because he need to have a conversation with the man, the mirror on the wall.
Oi, welcome back to the fundamentals. I'm DJ Turbine, and I don't know if that's you got. Is that the doctor? Is that the anesthesiologist?
Anesthesiologist,
like,
the one and only.
That's what I'm
saying. I had to let my boy have his moment, man. Just let him rock out.
I'm letting him have it.
Hey,
sometimes I just gotta let him cook. I ain't gotta do too much. I just pass him the rock and say, "Hey, bro, you got it."
And I'm gonna hit him with the he, and then with the magic he.
The he, you funny. Oh, you funny. Welcome back, everybody.
What did he say? He said, you better get him back. You better get him back.
If you don't turn into Air Jordan, we gonna blow y'all out.
That is such an iconic, like, oh man, gotta love Irvin, man.
Absolutely. I look just like my dad.
You would, yeah. Highlight it. Welcome back, everybody.
I do actually look like my dad, by the way.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, my mom reminds me of that quite often. Whenever I do anything that I'm not, she be like, yeah. A couple of explicitives been there.
It's a comeback at you.
Yeah. She reminds me how much I look like my father. I don't know if my dad is listening. My pops might be listening. If he is listening, then yeah, Pop. She reminds me quite often that I look like my dad.
Well, I can imagine what your dad looks like now.
Hey, this is what he looked like at 40.
Going quick to the Facebook chat. Steven Starks chiming in, just saying good evening to the fundamentals and WVON family. Steven Starks, what's going on? Thanks for chiming in.
What's going on?
Want your comment to be read on the air? Go to the Facebook page, go to the YouTube page, drop a comment in there, and if it's appropriate, we might say it. You know what I mean by appropriate. This still is monitored by FCC Airways, everybody. So Ryan, conversation that you did
that line though.
We do. We tow it all the time. So conversation, buddy. The Lakers. We were still in the middle of your roundup. We did the Cowboy side. Let's do the Lakers side, or the LeBron James side, as usually what we say.
Yeah, I mean, we are yet again in another interesting, I'll say, Lakers season. We have name recognition, but it's just a really oddly constructed roster considering what you have on is from a star power standpoint. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's unfortunate. I mean, obviously we can all have our varying opinions about LeBron, but I think it's unfortunate that, we pretty much kind of see the writing on the wall. I'd be surprised if they made it out the first round just because of the way that this team is awful defensively. They don't really have much shooting. I think they've had like the same problems really ever since LeBron has been there. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate that Rob Pelinka and the front office hasn't been able to find quality role players, and when they do, retain those quality role players, right? So, I mean, obviously DeAndre Ayton had his comments, and, you know, I'm not Clint Capella. The problem that I think, though, with the DeAndre Ayton situation is he has not accepted who he is at this point in his career, and he doesn't understand that his immaturity in Phoenix has now carried over to his immaturity in Portland, which carried over now to his immaturity with the Lakers, which is he doesn't understand that you can make in this current NBA, being Clint Capella right now, you can still make $200-300 million doing that.
Sure can.
And he would be such a valuable addition if he defends the rim at a high level, rim runs, catches lobs, and rebounds, and gives you 15 and 10 to 12 rebounds and a couple blocks a game. That would be so valuable to this team. They're in desperate need of rim protection, which he's not been great at this year. They need a guy who they can consistently have a lob threat, because if Luka has that, he's dominant. So there's no reason with DeAndre or Ayton's level of talent, and he's not a bad shooter. So you add that element to it as well. They don't need him to be, you know, a 25 and 15 a night guy. They don't need, if he just excelled in his role, he would be much more valuable than he is right now. So I think mentally, which has always kind of been his biggest hurdle, he's just looking at this the wrong way. And I hope that he just does a better job of accepting his role, because if he can do that, he could be such an integral piece into a fringe contending championship level team.
He's 27. He has a lot of years in front
Me
of
and
him.
him the same age.
A lot of years in front of him.
Me and LeBron.
Oh, wow. You going to put that there? Okay.
Y'all both doing it at a high level, though, at y'all age.
Well, yeah, in different aspects.
But in y'all respective fields. Yeah. Still got a lot of energy, still youthful. Y'all both got the beard.
So you see the gray hair?
Yeah. His he using a little Beijing in his too.
I'm not using. Once they start, they're
a little what?
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
But he goes with the double Beijing up here and down here.
No, I let this go.
Yeah.
I let this go.
I don't know why he don't just let it go. But
you have to text him and ask him.
I gotta talk to him.
That's your cousin.
Right. I had to let it go, man.
Yeah.
Going too far. I had to Stephen A. Smith. I had to
let
I had to let it go.
Hold on, I think I had a comeback here. Hold on, let me look this real quick, guys. I had something. I saw a response from Clint Capella. I thought it was hilarious. Hold on, give me a couple seconds. What do you think so far about the Lakers in this situation?
Man, the Lakers are exactly what I anticipated them being, where they put a whole bunch of personalities together the way they did with a coach that has a personality himself.
Oh, yeah.
You have a team full of characters trying to figure this out from October to June. So we can count those months, 7 months, 6 months, 6.5, 7 months, that these guys have to be in close proximity with one another. Consistently. I knew that the LeBron effect was going to last on Luka for only so long before Luka turns back into Luka, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And we've seen this from Luka before. Crying and complaining about every call, every foul, falling on the floor, not getting up to get back on defense. I mean, he can score the ball. He's an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
But he's on a team that Ryan kind of alluded to earlier, that he's ball dominant and the ball gets stuck in his hands, and it does not work with the cast that he has. Austin Reeves cannot be at his best with the ball stuck in Luka's hands. Of course, LeBron is going to figure out a way to be LeBron, but at some point you have to realize that it's tough to play the two of them together because they both want to be ball dominant.
Luka is a less athletic, younger version of LeBron as far as play styles. That's why I said they offset each other, because where LeBron was more athletic and better on the defensive end, Luka is probably more well-rounded offensively.
Yeah.
But you lose so much though with that too, because of the defense and just a lot of other things.
So what I see with the Lakers is a conversation with LeBron to say, are we turning the keys over to Luka and letting you go back to Cleveland for your last?
I would love it. I would love it. I hope LeBron would be open to it. I don't know if he's open to it at this point.
I mean, he's gonna have to accept the fact that he's probably not gonna win another championship.
I think he has a better chance in Cleveland.
And he does have a better chance in Cleveland. But the fact is, if he goes to Cleveland, what do they lose to get him there?
No, he's a 1 year deal.
I know.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to give something up in order to get him.
No, I'm
Sign
saying
and trade LeBron.
But I'm saying LeBron's a free agent.
Right, but he's gonna go to play for Cleveland for pennies.
No.
So they're gonna have to move some contracts around.
Yeah, James and you got Donovan's contract.
1 for 10. 1 for 10.
And then Jared Allen's contract, Evan Mobley's contract.
Gonna play for $10 million.
They got a lot of money on those books.
Yeah, 41 games for $10 million, and I'll be ready by the playoffs. That might sound right.
Hey, real quick, guys, right here. Here's Clint Capela's clap back after those comments. You got two of the best ball floor generals in the game, my dog. Lock in.
That's great advice, actually.
It is absolutely great advice.
Clint Capela did a great job of taking advantage of playing with a guy like this in James Harden. He was able to make a lot of money from rim running
and dunking,
catching lobs, and defending the rim and rebounding.
That's it. You know who else that sound like? DeAndre Jordan.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, he made how much money off
that? The Tristan Thompson, that role, that dunker spot. All I got to do is be in this spot. So when that guy drives and I'm right here and I'm just that is such a valuable role when you have a ball dominant guard because it relieves him so much.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To have that, you're essentially become a basketball version of a tight end.
Yep. You are the safety guy.
So and as a high level tight end in the NFL, you can make a lot of money.
Yes.
So I just
and speaking from a basketball standpoint, our two best players are both guards. They see double teams all the time.
Do y'all have a DeAndre Ayton like guy?
He's a freshman.
How tall is he?
6'5".
How tall do you think he'll fill out? Like grow out?
6'10", 7, almost 7 feet. His granddad and uncles, two of his uncles, are all 7 foot and taller. So he's So he last summer when I met him last summer, he was like 5'11".
Oh my goodness!
So he already had one. He's a baby giraffe right now because 6-7 inches.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but he has the potential. He's skilled. He can shoot the ball. He can rebound well. He can catch and finish.
Now the part you said right there, catching
and finish. That's what's important.
Yes. To get a what? What does he need to be able to do?
Catch.
No.
Finish.
No. You always say this is your favorite thing. What do the guards need to be able to do to get him to catch?
Thought I got to pass it.
Got to catch the entry pass.
Yeah, they got to pass.
Your favorite
My
term.
favorite, because the entry pass is dead in basketball.
It is.
But if you got guards that can attack and draw too, he can stand in that dunker spot and it's layup after layup. He played JV as a freshman, started on JV, and that's where he got most of his points. Offensive rebounds. He blocked some shots. He defensive rebound. He's probably the best rebounder in the entire program.
Wow.
As a freshman.
Wow.
And he made his living on the offensive end shooting as the stretch from the corner to the dunker spot, corners to the dunker spot. That was his game, the corner to the dunker spot. DeAndre Ayton is 7-footer, corner to the dunker spot, dunk the damn ball, rebound the ball, and shut up.
Ain't no reason he shouldn't be getting 10 and 10.
But even imagine this. Imagine even if he would be more willing to do it, and he's better, like. He's like a kind of souped up version of a Clint Capela because even in a pick and roll scenario, he can turn around and pick and pop.
Yeah,
he has a 15 to a 17-foot jump shot that he can go. Like he should be killing people right now
because he has two of the best floor generals in the game.
But he's losing minutes to Jackson Hayes, and why Jackson?
You know why?
Jackson Hayes is understanding his role.
That's why, because Jackson Hayes know what to do. Let me stand here, dunk the ball, go down on the other court, on the other end, block shots.
Just a lot of pick and roll, and just be available, be a big.
And it don't even really have to be a lot of pick and roll. It's just you can do a 4 out 1 in.
I was like, be a big, just do your job. What did Rock say? No, yo, bro.
It would be difficult to
stay
go
in line, rookie.
With the Lakers roster because from a defensive standpoint,
they don't have
much shooting.
They don't have enough shooting.
So the lane would be a little bit more condensed than the traditional 4 in and 1 out, or 4 out and 1 in. But still, bro, I mean, it's so much that he could be just such a valued addition to this team. When they traded for him, I was like, I kind of get it. He would be a souped up Clint Capela, but he doesn't want to accept the role of that. which I don't understand at all why. Which is why I do understand why. He's on his third team for a reason. He was the first pick in the draft.
Man, he couldn't fit in with Chris Paul because Chris Paul pretty much realized you don't have that you ain't that guy. No. And then Portland, real talk, you wanted to find an organization that might have been able to let you be built around you and
you're
show
on a
some
team
skill.
With no one like. Oh my!
The last 2 places you've been, you have been needed. Your position, your skills, everything that could have been, should have been, you didn't. But that is what it is, and that's the Lakers' issues. The future is something crazy for them. I'll see. I
don't know what their future looks like.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like what, just Luka, and then you got.
I told you that's the only thing at this point that makes sense. And you notice LeBron. He's on the MJ. How MJ was 1 year.
Mm-hmm. He's got it, rightfully so. He earned it.
He earned it. But the only way I see him being able to continue to have fun with basketball for the little bit of time that we have left with LeBron is for him to get out of LA. And he might as well go back to Cleveland.
That's the only place he can go
and
to.
Just finish the rodeo out in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Take Bronny with you.
Oh, but that'll be easy.
2 years.
Because I think his contract is probably up after this year anyway.
Yeah, two
second year, you usually get 2 year deals.
Yeah. 2 years.
And that's like second round draft picks. Sorry.
You can have Cleveland use a second round pick on Bryce. And then
he's not coming out. He redshirted this year.
That's what I said in 2 years.
Oh, okay.
You
gotta wait.
Cleveland used a.
You think Bron's still on that? Waiting for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I think at this point he realized the championship, all that's over.
We get 3 more years of LeBron as long as he don't get injured. 3 more years of LeBron, and then that last year, that farewell tour, he can get on the court with both of his sons at the same time and live out his dream because the NBA owes it to him. And you ain't gonna hear me give LeBron very many comments because I feel like a lot of his accolades are juiced because of the longevity.
Yep.
And him being able to play at the high level that he has been playing at for 21 years, he should have.
Byproduct of what's you've done.
Yeah. And
play that much, that high level, that's gonna happen.
And I can't, knock to him. He had the blueprint. He saw what Michael Jordan went through. He saw how Allen Iverson got beat up, and he had a chance to see how Kobe started to take care of his body after getting beat up. So he had the blueprint. This is what I need to do in order to be on the court. Invest millions into my body, which is my moneymaker. And that way I can, all eye on what I'm investing into myself, I make triple, 20, 30 times what I'm spending, if I'm on the court and I'm available. So I get it. And much respect to him because it's a lot of average Joes that can't work a job for 21 years.
Yeah.
That's a whole heck of a lot less demanding than being a professional athlete. And he's supposed to have the numbers. He's supposed to. This is why. So the NBA owes it to him. The NBA owes it to him. And then once he retires, you can retire 23 across the board for Michael Jordan and LeBron James. No one else in the league should wear 23. Get it out of there, get it gone, hang that number up because the two guys, the best player to ever do it and the third best player to ever do it, wore 23.
The third?
Yeah, Kobe's. I can't put LeBron over Kobe. Okay. And it's hard for me to even put LeBron over Tim Duncan. But Tim Duncan was just boring. But if you look at Tim Duncan's body of work,
even Turbine is over there flabbergasted.
This is
Turbine.
funny.
I'm not gonna go there.
Oh my God!
I'm not gonna go there.
It's a bad argument when Turbine is looking at you left.
No, I just think your reaction was priceless. Bro.
Yeah, his was.
Yeah, your reaction was priceless. That's where I was.
Absolutely.
That's what I was.
But Tim Duncan,
me, Hermano, you looked at me and we had the same look. You said, "All right, Unc, you kind of losing me with the Tim Duncan." Now come.
Tim's firmly at 4 for me, but that's just me personally.
And I mean, yeah, of course, Tim is 4, maybe even 5, but 4 in the top 5 for sure.
Oh yeah,
of all time. And that's only because
rings, winning percentage.
He was born.
But it don't have nothing to do with him being born.
His trophy case looks better than LeBron. His numbers just don't. The overall numbers don't. But his trophy case, and he led the team.
Are you saying trophy case meaning he has more rings? Yeah. But that's not a fair metric, in my opinion, to gauge how great he was, though.
Why wasn't it?
Because there are guys that have more rings than Tim. That you're not gonna put Tim
Robert Horry in there. Of course, I'm not. Of course,
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell is up there.
But I'm saying, are you putting Bill Russell above Tim Duncan? Nobody in their right mind is doing that.
And here's the
but
reason,
so then we can't use the.
Here's the reason why I would use the championships with Timmy over when you're talking about in comparison to LeBron.
And also too, it's not like it's 6-2. I mean, it's 4-5.
4-5. Kobe's same way.
4-5. So what? It's not like it's a huge gap there.
He got 5, bro.
So what position would you say LeBron is? Is LeBron a small forward? Is it a shooting guard? Is it a point guard?
I would like to say small forward in my life.
It's changed throughout his career,
it
but I would say he's spent the most time as small forward.
Small forward, okay. When you think about the small forwards in NBA history
and the evolution of the game, he's been in it for 20 years.
If you think about the small forwards in NBA history, when you say that position, LeBron is not the first name that will come to my mind. And I'm a basketball. I'm a basketball guy. LeBron is not. He's not. LeBron, when it comes,
I don't know about that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like this is just what
he's not.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you're too much of a basketball savant to say this soliloquy on FCC airwaves.
He's not. LeBron is not the first small forward that comes to my mind. And like I said, no disrespect to LeBron.
And I don't even want to go left, but Turbine, he took me there, so now we got to stay here. I didn't want to do this today. I was trying to be kind out of an act of solidarity. I put my Bulls jacket on today. I was feeling really generous.
Okay,
but since you wanted to go there, I wore a socks hat just for my man, lady. I mean, y'all. I tried to come in here. I chose peace today.
This is funny. This is funny.
And all of you, I chose peace today. Y'all see he's doing this to me. I didn't want to do this today. But now since we go in there,
but see, like I said, I give LeBron his respect.
Wait. Stop. Hold on.
The conversation was about what again?
I know. But when I'm disrespected to this level, I have to.
I got to stand on business.
Disrespected?
10 toes,
when
2
I'm
heels.
Disrespected to this level.
Okay.
We gotta hold on now.
You
said that when you talk about the small forwards in the history of the game, he isn't one of the first that comes.
He's not the first. No.
Okay, so please tell me the small forwards
that come to my mind first. It's only one. It's only one. One that comes to my mind. Scotty.
Okay.
That will come to my mind before LeBron.
Okay. So why isn't Scotty then in your top 5? This argument doesn't even make sense.
But see,
ladies and gentlemen, he's saying that LeBron is not the best small forward to ever play the game.
Yeah, Brian, gonna lie. You say he's not. He's number 3.
Yet Scottie Pippen isn't in his top. The argument is inconsistent.
And Scotty, and this is the thing about the top 5 lists, right? Whenever we do these top lists, once you get past 1 and 2, because we can solidify Mike is 1. Kobe
for me, yeah.
And Kobe is 2.
Except for you.
And the reason I put Kobe at number 2 is because Kobe didn't have anything glaringly as far as to size. He didn't have the vertical that Michael Jordan had, so he wasn't as athletic as some of the other guys. He
was pretty good at everything. He made everything great because of his work
ethic. So Kobe was the average Joe at 6'6" that just worked hard and was like, I can get there because I'm going to push myself because I have here that I just want to be that guy. Yes.
Yeah, I will say if you put Kobe's metrics, like his measurables against any other small guard with those same ones, it's hard to find them.
It's hard.
LeBron has measurables that will be like, that
stand out. Yes.
Michael has a vertical that'd be like, yo, that's Mike.
And even not even just because they're the same height, Kobe and Mike. Mike's fit like he's bigger than Kobe.
He was bigger.
Yeah.
Mike was bigger than Kobe, and Kobe took what he saw from MJ and expounded on it. Right. Here's the thing with Scotty and LeBron.
Oof.
I believe that if Scotty had his time,
please listen.
Hold on, let me hold on, hear me out. If Scotty has his time with Mike, where he learns how to win and builds and gets that dog in him, and then he goes to another team and he's that guy, Scotty's career numbers would look way better.
We
as far
saw
as
him
to
do
the
that.
averages.
We saw
Right.
him
We
do
saw
that.
1.5 seasons though, and then Mike came back.
Okay, but what I'm saying
But
is,
what
even
does-
after that, he went to Portland,
and he was a part of what Portland did
because that's who he
but
is.
he still was averaging 20 plus.
LeBron James averaged 25 points a game for 20 years.
Yeah, you're right.
So Scotty at the pinnacle apex of his
So
was
so
never.
let's-
So
so
what are
let's-
we talking?
let's
What are we
move-
talking
let's move
about?
away from, and that's what I was getting ready to say. Let's move away from the numbers and let's talk
Okay,
about
let's
talk about the abilities.
Okay.
Right. Scotty is what Mike was. Scotty is what to LeBron what Mike was to Kobe. Scotty was the blueprint.
Okay.
Scotty was the
I can
blueprint.
more or less agree with that. Okay.
So that's why when you say, and for me, the guy who I saw Scotty, I saw LeBron.
Yeah.
Is I can say LeBron won't be the first one to come to mind because Scotty was the blueprint.
But what I'm saying is the prototype isn't necessarily
The
better
best
than
version.
the real.
You're right. You are
Yeah.
absolutely right. And that could be me just being in that semi old man ways where
No,
I-
but I've
I've seen this
genuinely
before.
because I'm hurt and I'm truly taking this personal because I have the utmost respect for your basketball acumen.
And this is
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying.
to the encyclopedia, the thesaurus of basketball
But
is
if you-
sitting in front of me, and you're telling me that Scottie Pippen is a better small forward than LeBron Ramon James. I just want to understand what
this
makes
is-
him better.
This is what I'm saying. If you remove the numbers and you look at the
Let's take away the
abilities,
numbers and let's look at the abilities.
abilities.
Tell me the abilities that Scottie Pippen had that exceeds LeBron James.
Scotty was a better defender. On ball,
Oh,
off ball,
okay.
right?
It's debatable, but okay. Well, I'll
Scotty-
let you even have that. Okay.
Scotty also had a better leadership gene to me than LeBron did.
Scotty that took himself out of the game because Phil
Oh, 'cause
Jackson
he drew up a play for absolutely. That's the same as LeBron taking the board.
Turbine.
from-
Is that good leadership?
It's
Come
the
on,
same-
brother.
the
Come on,
same-
brother. Is
the
that good
same
leadership?
as LeBron taking the board from Tyronn Lue and saying, "We ain't running this.
Okay, I understand that.
We gonna run what
but
I
I'm
say."
not. I'm not going to sit down and quit on my team in
Hey,
the middle of a playoff series.
You're right.
I'm not.
You're
gonna,
right.
I'm not going to do that.
I
I'm at least going to be on the court.
I guarantee you that.
Turbine, help me out, bro.
I guarantee
help me
you-
out, Turbine.
I
Turbine, I
guarantee
see
you-
you not looking at me, brother. Turbine, Turbine, look at me.
I'm looking to
Turbine,
something else up.
Turbine, look at me now. I don't need you to look at me, Hermano. Me,
Oh,
Hermano.
Sir.
But that's a when you get into the whole ego and a certain level of disrespect that Phil
Okay,
Jackson.
so-
But Phil was 110% right because
Tony Kukoc they ran that sequence and he scored
and
on
he
it
scored
many times.
multiple times. So Phil Jackson was absolutely
And Tony
right.
Kukoc is a better jump shooter than Scotty was.
Yes, absolutely right. Scotty was better in transition than what he was in a half court set, unless you put him on the block and let him post up, or he ran off of a stagger.
Okay, again, so we're leadership.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with that, but okay,
Okay,
continue.
so though that right there,
it's also kind of immeasurable because we can't see we can't really see leadership.
So
Okay, but,
I will leave that one out.
all right.
But defensively, Scotty was better defensively.
You chose
Right.
violence today, Uncle.
You said what?
You chose violence today.
That's fine. I believe that Scotty has over the course of his career was more completely polished offensively. He shot the ball better. Scotty finished at the rim.
I hear that breath coming out of his.
Scotty finished at the rim.
Wait. Stop. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not. What's the
You're gonna have to go, bro. You got
wait. Stop.
I know
Wait.
that you.
Scottie Pippen is a better finisher
I'm
around the
entertained.
rim than LeBron James.
No, Scotty finished. And this hear me out. with
Wait.
this
You
one.
just said
Hear
I'm-
hear
so
me
we're
out. Hear me
losing
out with
me.
this one. Hear me out with this one. Scotty had to finish over bigger and stronger competition, and this is where LeBron the athleticism, because LeBron saw that. LeBron and Scotty about the same size, same height wise.
LeBron's a little taller,
But
but
LeBron maybe an inch.
Yeah.
But LeBron saw, okay, let me get muscular, let me get bigger, because I saw what Scotty went through.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm saying: the evolution, the evolved version of Scottie Pippen.
But wouldn't evolution also mean better?
It can mean better. Yes, that's why I said. Didn't I say that? Ain't that what I started with?
But you're saying
that
that
what I
Scottie
started
Pippen
with?
is a better
Kinda.
small forward than LeBron James
And
because
to
you're
me,
saying
in my
finishes better.
In my eyes, and in my opinion, from what I saw,
you can't tell me
how many 7-footers do LeBron have to actually contend with that's bigger than him?
7-footers
that's bigger than him. I'm talking about taller and
hold on. So I'm
muscular.
confused. Are we penalizing him for being like? Is his size is held against him for his ability?
As a wide receiver, hold on. As a wide receiver, right? This was your position, wide receiver, right? When you say DK Metcalf, was the first thing to come to mind?
His size.
So that stands out for DK.
Yeah.
Right. You have some other receivers that ran routes better,
a lot,
way better route runners, than DK.
Yeah.
That are not as productive because football, when you talk about the physicality, they're smaller.
But there are a lot of guys who are more effective than him too, though, even at that size.
At that size, they are smaller, right? But this is what I'm saying. Scotty had to compete with competition that was bigger and stronger.
Well, why is it LeBron's fault that he's stronger than all because he's bigger and stronger than the people you talking about with Scotty too?
I don't know about that. They had 7-footers every game. Every team had
what I'm saying is with the advancements. So tell me somebody who's a really big guy from the 90s. Like I'm saying, both tall and big.
You had the Davis boys in Indiana, both of them was
no, they're big, but LeBron's still bigger and stronger than them too.
This conversation, guys.
So, for example, right?
Because we are running out of time. We're gonna have to finish this one later, young.
I mean, he might want. Give him his retort at least.
We're gonna finish this one. We're gonna have to finish this one later. But I hear you.
I just don't your argument, and that's why I'm passionate about this, sir. Because
passionate. I heard the floor.
This is something that, again, I would defer to you about.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So, because again, there's such a wealth of knowledge there. There's basketball knowledge going out.
You have to watch. Go back.
I already watch
some of the old games. Watch how Scotty.
Do you know when Scotty retired? I want to actually ask you.
Scotty.
Wait. Before you even say nothing, because I know, right?
Okay.
I was alive when Scotty
retired.
I don't remember, but I'm saying that Scottie Pippen was still playing basketball for the Bulls when I was alive.
Yes, because he came back
to
Chicago.
Do you know when that was?
What was it?
I think I remember.
03, 04-ish.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. That's on the nose.
So we know that Scotty, like, the difference between, for me, with Scotty and Michael, and this also kind of applies to Kobe. I hate when people say, well, Kobe played against better competition. LeBron and Kobe played the same people.
Played against each other.
They played against each other, and Kobe was drafted in 96, LeBron 03. But what I'm saying is because they both played so long, there's so much overlap in the good competition that they played. We can't say that they really played in different eras.
No.
Now
Kobe did get a little bit of those 90 guys.
He got, but what I'm saying is we can't even really count the first couple years of Kobe's career because he wasn't really playing like that. So let's kind of move that out.
It was his second year was when he really got. He was an all-star second year.
Yeah.
Actually,
wasn't Steph All-Star's first year?
Yeah, but
it was the
point.
The second year.
But the point that I'm making though is when you look at the championship runs that they won, all of that was Kobe really became Kobe that, like, the Kobe that you're talking about in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like 90s Kobe is good. Number 8 being,
Froby.
Froby is good. It's still really good. Don't get me wrong, but that Kobe where it's the Black Mamba, the killer mentality, really the
trade.
best of it is what we saw right with the Shaq trade, right?
And that LeBron was already fouled out against Indiana,
right? But what I'm saying is LeBron was already in the league at that point, so we can't say that Kobe was in a different generation.
But I wouldn't say that.
But I'm glad you said that. So what I'm saying is because Scotty played longer and played into those later 90s and into the 2000s. We can't say that what the competition he faced was so vastly different. Granted, Scotty was towards the back 9 at that point.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is it's not like there was this huge 10 to 15 year generational gap between when the two of them were both in the league. And we saw what LeBron did against maybe not the exact competition, but it's eerily similar.
The closest he came to that competition would have had to been maybe. I can't even say that the Pistons.
What do you mean they had the defensive player of the year, Ben Wallace?
They did, but Ben Wallace wasn't Shaq, bro.
But what I'm saying is Ben Wallace was a big, strong dude in the middle of the and look, I saw LeBron score 48 points and kill him.
He did.
And he was going to that LeBron couldn't shoot. And he was going to the cup every play. And Sheed is down there too. But those are two 6'10" to 7 foot guys.
But they were not. It wasn't like how you had Shaq, you had Sabonis, you had Duckworth, and this was at a time.
But even you could even say Shaq was a little later, like for them. Shaq is what like
Pip couldn't, and the Blazers couldn't get past the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq.
I mean that should further like supports my argument.
That's why I said Pip was just one of the guys by that time.
This conversation stemmed because I was talking about the Lakers.
Yes, that's what.
And now we're all the way over here.
What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, he went there. I didn't. Again, look.
But you
chose
got it.
peace. I chose peace today.
He said I chose peace.
I didn't want to do this.
I mean, I see, and that's why I said, like, when it comes to LeBron, I respect the numbers.
What you just did though, that was disrespectful. No, that was disrespectful. You can't say you respect.
I respect the numbers, and like I said, LeBron is supposed.
But that's kind of a backhanded compliment though. And let me explain to you why. Right? if I'm looking at a young lady, right? If I'm looking at a young lady,
right. Let me count.
You know, we sitting here, we talking, just fellas. We in the barbershop. You know, I'm getting this beard lined up. Me, I'm getting my fade right. Turbine getting the Hector special. And we rocking out, right? We all vibing. Special. We got a couple brewskis going, and we talking about this chick. We like, yeah, I mean, you know, she was cool back in the day, you know what I mean? But now, you know, whatever. It's a compliment, but it's a backhanded compliment because I'm not really giving that girl the credit that she really may or may not deserve.
Okay,
right?
So let me tell you something at this little big age that I'm at.
Okay.
When I see some of those, man, she was nice back in the day. That's legit what it be. Oh, she was nice back in the day, but life done took its toll on it. Yeah. And it's not a backhand. It's just when you was younger, you was that thing. I don't know what happened.
But what you're saying with LeBron is, yeah, he's got the numbers, but I still think that they're just kind of numbers. They're
no, I'm not saying that because he still had to go out there and get them against other professionals. That's why you would never hear me call a professional a bum. Because they are still professionals. So LeBron has been at the peak of his game for 21 years. And he's still and you see it. That LeBron still has that peak in him. Whenever he want to flip that switch, he can.
He just can't do it night in and night out.
He can't. But you will see, okay, this is one of them games where LeBron is about to be LeBron. And then he's going to take the next 2 games off for load management while he on the court. So I'm not going to ever take that away from him. LeBron is one of the greats. And this is why
it might be 5th or 6th or 7th.
And this is why I said that top 5, when you say 1 and 2, you can solidify 1 and 2.
For you though,
for me, you can solidify 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But for me, I love Tim Duncan. I love Steph Curry. Steph Curry changed the game.
Wait, we
gotta talk about the Warriors.
Hold on. I love Steph Curry. Okay. He changed the game. Okay. I love Scottie Pippen. He was the blueprint for every wing in the NBA now wants to be some version of Scottie Pippen.
100%.
A two-way player. 100%. They can control the offense. They can dribble the ball. They can finish at the rim, shoot in transition, make the right play, defend, chase downs. All that is Scottie.
Scottie Pippen bred the next 30 years
of wing basketball.
Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, LeBron James, that all was
Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter's, all those guys.
Even to this day, they're still 2 ways.
Yes.
You look at Jaylen Brown and be like, look at that.
Jason, I mean, literally, Scottie Pippen is the blueprint. It's like if God wanted to create a basketball player,
that's what you look for.
Get
Scottie Pippen.
Yes.
And this is why I say Scottie Pippen when I think of that position, because when I learned the game, the small forward position was the guy who needed to be able to do everything on both sides of the court.
So in a starting 5-row lineup, that's your 3.
I can't start him over LeBron. I cannot.
Then that means that.
Wow.
This is why I said. This is why I said.
Ryan's you're about to short.
This is why I said 1 and 2 for me is solidified. 1 and 2 is solidified, but once you get past that, it's so many guys that contributed to the game in so many different ways where it's hard to really say, because it's like, oh, okay, do you keep Steph out of the top 5? Is Steph not one of the top 5 players in NBA history? Is he not? But then if you say, okay, we're going to put Steph in there, okay, so who is the best point guard to ever play the game? Steph ain't always the first name. It's Magic Johnson.
Yeah, and you could even argue to your point about positions. Was he ever truly a point guard? Yeah.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying about LeBron. Is LeBron really? And if you say the small forward,
I would say yes. If I had to give him a position, it would be because I think he did that the longest.
And I wouldn't say because LeBron
what would you put him at?
LeBron is the only basketball player that I've ever seen that I say can be effective at 4 of the 5 positions.
You could even say, to me, it's 5.
I don't know if he can guard legit centers, but in this NBA, yes, all 5.
Sure, yeah, I guess
if Scotty was playing in this
NBA
right now at his peak, at his prime, Scotty could guard all 5 as well.
I don't know. I think he would have been a little small for the centers.
Because he had a 12-foot wingspan,
Yeah,
so
that's
he made up with it with the savviness, the know-how, and his athleticism as well.
No, I mean,
and you see why that can get hard.
But you know what? I'm actually glad you said that, because if Scotty is as great as you're saying he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make sure I'm speaking into the mic when I say this. Does this also add to my argument, which is that Michael Jordan has some really good teammates?
He had one really good teammate.
He had multiple really good teammates.
He had one really good teammate, and the rest of the guys were specialists.
You can argue that, in my estimation, I would say he played with at least 3 other Hall of Famers.
Yeah, three Hall of Famers. You got one in the Hall of Fame that played with him just because of his specialty. He did that better than anybody else in NBA history. Yes. He rebounded the ball better than anybody else in NBA
and also
NBA
was
history.
A fantastic defender.
Yes, he was. But rebounding is part of the defense. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that the great defenders have to be able to finish the play. You don't finish the play until you get a defensive rebound.
Agreed.
So, and Dennis just had a knack for offensive rebounding because he played with dynamic guards.
Yes.
Where it made it that much easier because he didn't have to ward off 2 and 3 people trying to block him out, because usually the guy who was guarding him had to do some kind of help somewhere.
I agree with that.
It made it easier for him to offensive rebound, but he made his mark on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
And he was a specialist.
Yes.
Now, the other Hall of Famers, Tony Kukoc, right?
I was going to say either Horace or Tony. You could argue.
But Horace hasn't been inducted. I believe
No,
Tony Kukoc
he's not, but I'm saying Tony Kukoc is
in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Tony Kukoc made the Hall of Fame because of his European.
But he got Tony Kukoc could really play though.
He could.
Who he could really play.
He could. Going all left.
Yeah, we know that.
Going all left. But you saw what happened when they played the United States.
But the second time, no, he played well.
He did play well, but he still didn't play well enough to win.
No, but he didn't have any help. He played. I mean,
and then he played against 2 of the best defenders to ever play the game.
He played
Mike
against
and Scotty,
a team of all the
great
best
defenders.
Yes.
Yeah, but those 2 guys in particular, was like
we got him.
I'm just saying that we can't make this argument. I think LeBron has definitely had a little more as far as
help.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Okay, but
don't try to downplay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Thank you, Turbine.
There was things he said that was crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking Scotty over LeBron. I'm on with you on that side, but no, LeBron has had a lot of help. Bigger names that have come with him, and he's orchestrated a lot.
Yes. And it wasn't that LeBron had a lot of help. It was every time LeBron moved, he made sure that help came with him.
Right. I can actually ask you. You want me to give you a LeBron James pop quiz question?
I've been waiting on one, bro, for 2 months.
Here's a fun one. Name me as many teammates that have been with LeBron James that have been an All-Star. Not with him, but have been an All-Star.
Wait, so hold on. The teammates that he's played with that have been an All-Star at a point in their career?
Yes, with or without him. That's a big list, dude.
That is a
Mo Williams.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Boozer.
Booze, yeah.
Booze was an All-Star. Booze played with him where in LA?
In Cleveland.
Hold on.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Big Z was an All-Star?
Z was an All-Star.
Was he? I don't know if he made an All-Star.
Yeah, I don't think. Can we fact check that?
I'll look into it.
Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love.
Twice. 03 and 02, 03 and 04, 05.
Okay. There we go.
Big Z. Luka, Anthony Davis.
I got 3 point guards off the top of my head already.
Did you say Kyrie already?
I said Kyrie.
Did you say Luka?
I said Luka.
Say Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose.
Oh, Derrick Rose, yeah.
Say Isaiah Thomas?
You did play with Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah Thomas, hold on. Carmelo Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Did he play with Chris?
No, he never played with Chris.
No?
Chris who?
Chris Paul.
No.
Ray Allen.
Yep.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen was an all-star also.
But context does matter. Some of these guys that I'm saying, they was a little long in the tooth by the time Bron got with Shaq.
Hey, man, you be respectful to Ray Allen. If it wasn't for him, you ain't getting a championship.
No, I agree, but I'm saying it's not like I got Seattle or Boston Ray Allen by the time he got to Miami. He's really good. No, he was still
by
good.
the time he got up out of Boston, he was exactly what he was in Cleveland by that time. Miami. A shooter, a spot-up shooter. Jesus Shuttlesworth had been through his shoes on the power line.
got Rondo.
He came down as Walter Ray Allen.
Okay, that's fair.
Is that Rondo?
Yeah, Rondo's
Rondo. Okay, I think that's it.
Anthony Davis, you say
I said AD.
I know there's a couple other ones. There has been a couple. I know there's more that we haven't really been thinking about there. Because those Cleveland years, you know how many people played there?
But they was all usually by the time Bron got them, they was at the end. In the first stint in Cleveland,
he said, I love the way you said, nah.
The first stint in Cleveland, yeah, they gave Mo Williams one really because he was LeBron's point guard, but he never played with a true all-star the first stint in Cleveland.
Is that Kevin Love?
I said Kevin Love.
Okay, I'm just thinking on the top of my head.
How many all-star teammates did Michael Jordan play with? Scotty.
Just one.
Dennis. Dennis was an all-star.
Dennis was an all-star?
In Detroit. Dennis was an all-star.
Oh, okay.
Was Horace?
No,
I don't think Horace ever was.
Tony?
Because you got to think Horace was a power forward in the 90s of the best power forwards ever.
Yeah,
so he wasn't gonna make no all-star team. But I still think he was really good.
Hey, man, I'm just trying. The point there I was trying to make was he had a lot more talent with him, like a lot more helpful talent that actually came. Even if you said they were a little older, yeah, but they still had that pedigree to come in and actually help him.
Yeah. I mean, I've never said LeBron is devoid of help.
No, that's true. You never said that for sure. Well, we got a couple more minutes here. Hey, Ong, did you have anything for yes or no?
I do.
You got some?
Yeah, I do. We can.
Let's go for it.
We can breeze through it real quick. Ryan, no, it's been a minute, man. He ignored me. You see him?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to cool off, man.
He said, I don't want to talk to you right now.
I still love you though, young fella.
Always, man. Always.
He said, but you need
maybe
some
we'll
silent treatment from me right now.
Off the mic.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, though, right? It's no slight to Bron.
No, and it's no slight, but I think honestly, what you said to me further, like in a weird way, just further like strengthens my argument because what you're saying to me, what I'm hearing, what I heard was Scottie Pippen is the blueprint. Like I said, I even admit it. If God was in a laboratory and said, create the perfect NBA 2K or even just NBA player, period, you're gonna get Scottie Pippen. He's gonna be between 6'7" to 6'9", athletic, can run the floor, guard all positions, can pass, can everything, right? Mm-hmm. The thing about it though is, if that's the perfect basketball player, and I put him in Turbine, appreciate this, I let him sleep in a back to tank for 10 years, you get LeBron James.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah. Without the good defender. But yeah, I got you.
LeBron,
yes or no?
LeBron at his apex was a fantastic defender. Well, what are we talking about now?
Can we
he guarded the Prince of Chicago, Derrick Rose, and took him out of a playoff series.
Can we get to yes or no?
Let's get to yes.
They walled up, bro.
They walled up. I remember vividly.
We're gonna hug this out after the show.
I'm just saying, but hold on.
We're gonna hug this out afterwards. And we're gonna be great.
Was he not on ball with the player with the quickest first step I've ever seen?
And he had help because he kept getting beat. LeBron never moved laterally that well.
LeBron does have 6 All-NBA defensive selections from 2009 to 2014.
Yeah, and
so he does have some defensive pedigree. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Let's go on.
Ryan, you gonna leave me hanging, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let's do it. This is
shade is insane.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
It is now time for today, the second best segment in all the Sports Talk Radio. Ryan's Roundup is number 1 today. Normally yes or no is 1. But today, the second best segment in all the Sports Talk Radio.
Oh, that was awesome.
DJ Turbine, can you please take us away?
Yes.
You're listening to The Fundamentals. It's time for Yes or No. Brought to you by Uncle Day Day.
Yo, it's your boy Uncle Day, Chicago favorite uncle back in the building. And I know it's been a while since the last time y'all heard yes or no because the basketball season was holding me a little hostage. And it's okay because I'm back now. I'm back.
Mister.
I missed y'all too. I definitely missed y'all too. So for those who need a reminder, yes or no is my segment where I come up with questions throughout the course of the week. I ask the fellas about these, ask these questions. They have to answer yes or no and give me a reason why they say yes or no. They are generally sports related. And of course, we always have that one that is not. So since we do have to get to karaoke and we got a few minutes, we're going to do this at a little rapid pace.
Do it. Right?
First one. The Bulls. The Bulls finally ripped the Band-Aid off and blew the entire roster up in what appears to be a complete rebuild. Yes, a full rebuild finally, right at the trade deadline. This led to them having a winless February.
Ooh, cold.
Winless February, the entire month. We knew what tanking would look like, and eventually the Bulls would be there. The unknown or untalked about is what's next with Billy Donovan. So my question, yes or no, will Billy Donovan be the head coach of the Bulls next season?
Nope. They're going to go into a full rebuild, and you can't do that with a coach that's been around for so many different tenures and iterations of this team. You gotta completely strip it down to the spare bare parts and
nuts and bolts.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. So no.
I hope that it's a full rebuild. I think Billy, as much as respecting basketball mind that he is and his pedigree and all that fun stuff. Yeah, no, he's been here. He's been a big part of nothing. I mean that respectfully, but it's nothing. So with that being said, move on. There's no more reason to have this year. We really have to try something new at this point. And it can't be running back with Billy and Billy and Billy. We've tried. It's just, unfortunately, this isn't it. And he doesn't have any real reason to be the longest, one of the longest tenure head coaches in the NBA. So, yep.
All right. So yeah, I'm on a same trajectory y'all on, man. Nah, it's time for Billy to go. And I don't even think it needs to be a Bulls decision. I think that should be a Billy Donovan decision because he didn't come here to. You said what?
Resign? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't come here to coach 2 rebuilds. He came to coach a team that he thought would be able to compete for a championship. And yeah, it's once you get the younger guys, and they start with this full rebuild, you got to get a young coach that's going to be able to keep up with the times. And who I would like to see, I'm just a little caveat, who I would like to see, if Duke win a championship, call John Shire, bring him to the crib.
You have to.
You've
been on the record saying that too. I would love to see them do that.
Yeah, bring him to the crib, man. Let him take over and see how you look at coaching profession.
He'd be suited so much more.
Give him whatever he wants. Let him pick his assistants. Pay him that would be awesome.
It would be. Then you'll have a Chicago area kid as the best player on the team and Buzelis, and then a Chicago area coach. So here we are, putting the roots together. All right, moving on. We're gonna stick with a little basketball. we said we're gonna go to the ladies. The WNBA is still in the process of negotiating a new CBA, which is collective bargaining agreement with the players union. As of the most recent reports, the two sides are still apart on a few different things, including revenue, which is one of those biggest things. This is concerning because we are about 2.5 months away from the start of the season, or would be. If they do not agree on a new collective bargaining agreement, there will be a work stoppage. So, yes, there will be a strike in the WNBA if they don't come up with a new CBA. So, yes or no, neither the players nor the WNBA itself can afford a strike right now.
Yes, I agree with that. There's no way possible that they strike because either side can't afford the work stoppage. The teams don't make enough money to not be having butts in the seats and for people to be spending money, and the players definitely don't make enough money to be able to be without a paycheck for this long. So unless you Aja Wilson or somebody like that, where you pulling in a lot of money from endorsements, the salaries are just too low. It's even for the NFL and NBA guys, a lot of those guys can't afford work stoppages. So it's no way that, these girls are going to be able to go any extended period of time without getting paid. So, yeah, I don't think there's any scenario where that happens.
Agreed. Same exact scenario. It benefits nobody for this to go on. And honestly, this strike could not come at a worst possible time. You're in a spot where you are rising and in a scenario where you don't want to hamper any growth right now. And it doesn't look good right now because of the way it's been extended and why haven't we finished the deal or why we haven't gotten a deal done yet. So.
Yeah, I'm with y'all, and I actually think if they do end up going into a strike, that the commissioner will be out of a job because they have too much momentum going on in order to strike. They can't afford it. Last season was the first season the league was actually profitable. So once you start making money, you want to continue to build on that, and a strike would be going backwards. So, yeah,
for sure.
Can't afford that. All right, on to the next one. We stand with basketball. We're going to college this time because March Madness is on the horizon.
Days.
And the NCAA tournament will be starting soon. This, by far, is Uncle Day-Day's favorite sports time of the year, March.
I think it's you and Titus.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes or no, my question to y'all, is March the best sports month of the year?
No.
Damn, that was flat. No, you don't think so? No. Okay. Which do you think is better?
Right before the playoffs in the NFL, where it's like basketball season's really kicked off and the football playoffs are about to start.
What about you, Turbo?
No, it's not the best time of the year. Best time for me is probably want to go October-ish when we're in baseball playoff time. Barely getting the basketball season started up. We're like in the midst, like week 8, week 9 of NFL season. Because there I get to see the Bulls, the Cubs, and the Bears for the rarity of my time.
If the Cubs are in the playoffs.
Hey man, I did last year. I had great. It was a great time, man.
It was. I heard them cheering from the crib. So March is it for me, but October would be second. And the only reason October would be second is because that is absolutely the only other month of the year where every one of the 5 major sports is going on. So you can see hockey, baseball, basketball, football.
Oh my God, I forgot about hockey. My bad, Connor.
Yes, in October. All right, two more. I'm gonna leave one of the questions out so we can get to Dr. Love.
Karaoke time.
Yeah. We talked earlier about the throw and the catch the Bears had this season against the Packers in the regular season, not the one to Cole Kmet, but the one to DJ Moore. They won the game in overtime. This was an amazing moment in Chicago sports, giving the Bears the definitive division title because they had already won it, but fans were saying, you couldn't beat the Packers. You hadn't beat the Packers. So they beat the Packers. So that definitively gave them the division title. So yes or no? The play in overtime, Caleb to DJ against the Packers, or Derrick Rose shot in the playoffs against the Cavs.
Wait, Derrick Rose shot against the Cavs?
In the playoffs. Yeah, the one off the backboard for the win.
I'm going with DJ Moore, brother. That shot with Derrick Rose was good, but we lost that series. So it was a moment of happiness in which the Bears won was a bigger moment because, I could ride that to the bank.
Ooh, that's oh man, I'm blessed to have been fortunate enough to be alive for both of those.
Yes, not for.
It's funny because I remember being at the crib watching the Derrick Rose one in my household just going absolutely bananas.
Oh yeah, he made you think. He made you believe.
Absolutely.
And then the face he made after was just iconic. But I'm sorry, I probably would go with DJ Moore too, honestly.
So
that was like, I think it's just because we've seen at least from Derrick Rose the shot against the Lakers, and we've seen, you know, him do that in spurts. The Bears have just been
far in between.
Yeah. It's just been a sports, just the symbol of just inepticism, like just terrible. You know what I mean? Like, so for that moment, that was like, yeah, I think that might have been the happiest the group chat's ever been since since its inception.
Yeah,
you wanted to punch a tiger. That's how good I felt.
So I'm a little torn with this one because that pass from Caleb to DJ was like the proverbial hump that the Bears got over as far as to the "I own you" from Aaron Rodgers and not being able to beat the Packers. And it came back with the Cardiac Bears in Cardiac Bears traditional fashion. And it was in overtime.
That was a hard game to watch.
It was a hard game.
It was not. It was not by any means pleasant.
I kept telling y'all the Cardiac Bears, be patient. Titus was ready to walk off the ledge.
God.
But
Not
that shot that Derrick Rose hit, it solidified his journey back because he had been injured. He was starting to get wrote off at times, and
I say that,
and
sure.
saying he was a shell of himself. And then that shot, and the expression afterwards was him saying, "So y'all thought I wasn't him when I still am him." Now it did suck that the Bulls ended up losing that series because LeBron hit a shot over Jimmy Butler the very next game.
I remember that one too.
Yeah. So, but this one is tough, man. This one is tough because of the backstories on each one. Man, I'm gonna have to take the Jordan shot over Elo just to play devil's advocate.
He's just having fun with that one. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. This city loves its Bears, man. When these when we
but
up,
when
we
Derrick
up.
Rose, I was working downtown, and when Derrick Rose hit that shot, I swear the city shook. I promise you, we had an earthquake. Promise you.
All right, next one.
All right, last one, so we can get to karaoke. Because I know
we queued up.
I know Miss Barbara Jean, she waiting. You know, Ryan got all the ladies
waiting
to go.
Him.
Dr. Love. So I was watching a snippet of a podcast earlier this week, and there was a question that was asked to a few women on this podcast. The question was, how much should be spent on a first date? It was some very interesting answers that was given. You know, it varied from nothing to the most was $500, which is insane to me. $500 on the first date is absolutely insane.
That's wow.
So my question to y'all, I'm gonna make this interesting too. What you doing for a first date with a $75 budget?
Well, why did I think you were gonna say 75-year-old woman?
Oh no!
I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Bingo.
Okay, so question.
On a bingo.
So do you want to know? Do I think if there's too much like? Or am I just answering? What am I doing?
Yeah, what you doing with the $75? But as you can answer that, is there such thing?
You can chime in on that.
I don't think that there is, because I think how much money you spend on a first date depends on where you're at economically in your life. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're in college, $20 might be able to do it.
Yeah.
But as a grown man, I mean, you could go the cheaper route if that's what you want to do. But if you have the means to be able to have a nice experience for a first date and maybe if you go to a nice dinner anywhere downtown, you're going to spend upwards of $150. So, you know what I mean? You factor in the gas, the parking, and any other activity that you do after, you spent $200. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just kind of really depends. But I would say for me, what would I do with $75 on a first date? I would say for me, just because I like to eat, there would be some type of food involved, but it would be at a place I know I can spend $40 or less. And then after that, I would go on some type of like, the best thing about dating in Chicago is the city kind of can be your activity, right? Which doesn't require any money. So what I probably would do is go to CVS, buy some snacks, maybe one like cheap bottle of like champagne or something, and I'll probably sit out. It also depends on the time of year, but if weather permitting, I would sit outside on the lawn of the Museum of Science and Industry, and I would just overlook the city and just talk. and just really, because getting to know somebody is really the best thing to do in dating anyway. So that's what
you trying to get Dr. Love out early.
That's what I would do.
What about you?
Or maybe lay out on the beach, something like that.
Keep it quick. $75 budget on first date.
Tacos and tequila.
You know it. You took it right out of my mouth.
And you can't. And with $75, you go to the right spot.
That's exactly. You said it right before. You said, "Do you know a good spot?" Oh, you good to go, man. And afterwards, probably walk it off or something like that. Like you said, it all depends on time of day. But with that budget, tacos and tequila.
Oh, so
that's all you need.
So $75 for me. Yeah, I'm gonna find a good solid restaurant to go sit down and eat. This, it don't have to be super upscale. It can be something. I used to would say Olive Garden, but now you spending $75.
Yeah, that goes quick now.
Yeah, it goes real quick. But I mean, something simple, something where the atmosphere is not too upscale, where you can't have a conversation because of the ambiance that's going on and everything, and the background chatter and all that. But it'll definitely end with ice cream and I'm with you, walking on the lake, walking on the beach, sitting, find somewhere to sit, throw some blankets out, sit down. Let's have these 2-3 scoops of ice cream. Let's get this blizzard, or this soft serve with our toppings on there. We can sit down, and now it's peace. We can enjoy nature, enjoy the scenery, and actually talk to each other and get to know one another. And that way I can decide if the next date, that second date, I really want to break the bank for you, or if you was just going out with me because you was hungry.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so
all right.
And that'll do it for yes or no. I left one question that I asked y'all off the air about that one question. So
we got one last thing. Let's wind up and pitch.
Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Not so much the gentlemen, but watch your ladies. This right here is that time of night where he goes into the back office and he scrubs in. He's coming out.
Do not touch him. He's sterile.
He's sterile now. He has the booties on his feet.
When this happens, I want to get the sound of people on that's on the what's the thing? It's like the boop. Boop. Can we get that? Can we get that audio?
Talking about the heart monitor.
The heart monitor while we while we doing this intro, sir. That would be a good effect.
It is our version.
That needs to be our bit when we come in.
Of General Hospital. We have the man on the ones and twos, DJ Turbine, aka
there we go,
aka the X-ray tech right now.
And then as we go in, I wanted the flatline.
Yours truly, Uncle Day Day, the anesthesiologist, because I'm getting you primed and ready for Dr. Love to go into surgery. Take us away, Doc.
It's a joint right here now, baby. It's a joint. If you was around, you was around for this one. This is my skating ring go-to. There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir. I got you. She got me seated in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man, trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little good thing. Ask around, they know us. You know they'll say that's my baby. Everybody know that's my
bussy,
my baby. Everybody know that's mine.
If I wasn't, it'll be you. Your lips will make you so cute. Love you when you poke your mouth out when you're mad too. Say your number in my phone under little boo. Like it, but more what you do. Turn me on, how you stare at me when we through. I don't want to turn you loose. Scared to moan around you. All I say is ooh. See through. Trim on it when they light blue. You little goons, thank God for making you. Busted baby is what I call you.
Got me speeding in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man, trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. You know that's my
busted,
my baby. Everybody know that's mine. my baby. Everybody know that's mine. Yeah. Slow down. Let's see the entertainer. Slow down. You're just one more. He don't respect you. He just gon' hurt you
and neglect you.
We'll let them say what they wanna.
Yeah.
I made a promise.
Yeah, to do you right, and I'm gonna.
Girl, I do everything that I can to prove I'm a better man than your friends think I am.
She got me speeding in the fast lane. Pedal to the flow, man. Trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. You know that's my pussy.
My baby.
Everybody know that's mine. My baby.
Where my busted baby at?
Gave her nickname is Wet Wet. Cause when she finished, she messed up all my bed set. Got something to do, relax you when we under stress. Never told her, no, she the best. Like to spell it to her on my chest. Never stress.
While she sleep, I stick and put hickers on her neck. And when she go, I shut down the whole set. Love to see her in the heels
with the slender dress. Got her own checks, busted baby. I keep her on. She got me speeding in the fast lane. Pedal to the flow, man. Trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. You know that's my baby. Everybody know that's my baby. Everybody know that's mine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little segment that I do every single week. This is our karaoke. I go by the name of Dr. Love, man. We just wanted to spread a little love, a little sexiness for y'all tonight, man. You know, a little plies.
Oh, we got a heartbeat again.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we revitalized him.
We
saved the patient.
We got him back, guys. We got him back.
We saved the patient.
Ladies, he don't have the gray sweatpants on. So if y'all was dying, you might be dead tonight.
Hey.
But,
we got a pulse. We got a pulse.
We got a pulse.
We got a pulse, ladies and gentlemen. We got a pulse.
We saved our busted baby tonight.
But man, we thank y'all so much for tuning in and staying with us.
Absolutely.
For everybody on Facebook Live. I'm sorry that I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get a little. I know I got a little passionate today. Sorry, I didn't want to go there. Like I said, I chose peace. I mean, you know, I tried to come
with
solidarity.
It's all right.
I was kind. You know, I don't know. Maybe me and Unc got to make a little side bet or something. To, you know, I don't know, but we'll figure that out. But man, we appreciate y'all tuning in for every single week. Turbine, can you do the honors of closing us out, please, brother?
No problem. Until next week's everybody, the fundamentals like to say, peace.
Trying to get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. They know that's my